Town. What's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's number one urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas. But we're broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And as you know, I just said we're broadcasting all over the world. Let's say a happy anniversary to Daryl Anderson and Tony Anderson. They're celebrating 31 years of marriage. They're in Cozumel right now, watching the Chop Shop on their anniversary, cruising up and down Cozumel. Oh my God! Thank you. Shout out to them. Happy anniversary to everybody. What else we got? It's Baby Friday. Baby Friday. Really, it's Thursday, but the Chop Shop is not aired on Friday, so we this is our Friday. We get a chance to let our hair down on actual Friday. So today is Baby Friday. We affectionately call it Baby Friday. So let's see who are the starting five today. The first five people who sign up to the Chop Shop feed. We acknowledge them every day. Give them a little applause. And then today I'm gonna give them I gave him a little horn blow. But today we got Kevin Lewis, Mindy Collins, Gary Sinclair, D. Holcomb, Chris Charles. Those are the starting five. And our sixth man of the day is Daryl Anderson. And coming close behind him, I see Anissa Ville. I miss you, Anissa. Where you been? What's going on? Hey, that is Moody, Kevin the Silver Fox Allen in the building. TSU Finest is in the building. TSU. Hey, I saw something, Kevin. Where Alcorn State didn't have actual trainers, didn't have a full-time trainer, and Dion went out and said, "Man, if you don't have trainers, we're gonna get you some help." And now they just hired a full-time trainer for Alcorn State because a lot of the kids wasn't getting back on the field. You know, in football, the trainer is like the most important thing in the world. So shout out to HBCU. Shout out to Kevin Allen. Shout out to Kevin Granger. All the guys that do the best over there at TSU. And shout out to Fred McNair, Steve McNair. This Steve McNair's alma mater, and they didn't have a full-time trainer taking care of their football team, man. And when Dion spoke, guess what? It happened this week. That university. See, that's what we got to do. Y'all, if something ain't going right with Biden, something ain't going right with this, y'all got to call y'all politicians. Get on the phone and call it when they don't like all them phone calls. They don't inundate the phone. If it's busy, keep calling back. Get your friends to call. When you don't like something, you get the squeaky wheels get heard. So sometimes, we just sit back and they'll comment their ass off on the Chop Shop page, on the feed. They love to comment, but pick up that phone and call your. If you don't like what's going on in Haiti, if you don't like it, call your damn congressman. I've done it. If you don't like it. So Deion Sanders found out that Alcorn State didn't have a full-time trainer. Check this out, Dale Griggs. And then he said, "Man, Fred, you my brother." That's gonna come up to somebody. "Man, you my brother. Some of us so proud we don't want to ask for help. Man, you my brother, man. Let me know what's going on." And guess what happened? Now Alcorn State, I think I got the article. You can Google it. I'm just giving you the breadcrumbs to go to it. And guess what? Dion is making stuff happen. A lot of people, he did. And guess what? He just got out of surgery the other day. He had a bad one of his feet, one of his toes, the next to the small toe. It's been messed up for years. So the doctor had to straighten it out. So he got to go around on a scooter now on the football field. But he said the pain was so bad. He just and he shout out the doctor. Guess what the doctor's name, y'all? The doctor's name, Dr. Hurt. Yeah. The doctor is named Dr. Hurt. I'm telling you, the doctor said it himself. They did a video. Let me tell you something. Deion is a great follower, a great follower. And I keep forgetting how great he was. I keep forgetting he was a great baseball player. He was a great football player. Uh, um, he just unbelievable, man. And then he go into this arena. He doing great things. Think about it. What if your kid was a football player? Because some people get so selfish. What if your son was a football player at Alcorn State and wasn't getting the proper attention? Now Deion said, "Oh yes, let's get that. What you need to get that trainer." So man, I just wanted to shout out to that. Yeah, they said he a coach on the scooter. Yeah, thank you, Nicholas. Yeah, but it's just good. Let me tell y'all something. I just be proud to talk about stuff like this. Some people don't like to talk about other people's accomplishments. Y'all got a different guy right here. I love, if Mindy does something great, I'm going to talk about it. If Rick Brown does something great, I'm going to talk about it. If Brandon Nicholson do something great, and she's great, Brandon Nicholson, I love talking about her son, her daughter. Her daughter is doing videos and all this kind of stuff. That's why I like her. I shout out to our young people that's doing something. I told y'all, that next generation is unbelievable. I talked to y'all yesterday about David Stewart. I've got several phone calls saying, Robert Hatter, I had no idea who this man was. It's a man that lived through adversity, and now he came out on the other side and lived in total obscurity. I told one of my favorites saying, I'd rather be rich, not famous. I better be wealthy, not famous. David Stewart. Hey. That's a billionaire. Could have came to, hold up, this is a billionaire. Could have came to one of the summer basketball games. And we'd have walked past him like, we'd have just walked past him. You know what I'm saying? So we just got to start appreciating everybody in our community, not just the athletes. I'm going to repeat that. We have to start, oh man, hold up, I didn't tape it. Y'all, my golf partner yesterday. Thank you, Robert Young. Salon. Let me tell you something. This guy just started playing golf about a year and and some ago, right? And he he's my inspiration to get me to come back playing. And now I see why he did me like this. I see why he did me like this. He came and got me to start back playing so I can teach him. He has gotten so much better in this year. Y'all, I've never seen nothing like it, man. He hadn't got formal lessons. He just been getting the tips that I've been giving him. Ladies and gentlemen, yesterday when I rushed off here to go to play golf, that's who I played with yesterday. This man hit a hole-in-one on the 17th hole. A hole-in-one, y'all. I promise y'all. He hit the ball. I thought it went over because I couldn't see the ball no more. And then I said, wait a minute, that ball might have went in. Let me tell y'all something. Golf have been playing a year. Kevin Freitman, I hope you're there. He hit a hole-in-one. It was unbelievable. Hold up, I know he thought I was crazy because I jumped. Check this out. I jumped up and yelled louder than he did. Because I appreciate when the next man wins. I know he was looking at me like I thought he was looking at me like this dude is going crazy. I was going crazy over his shot. And hold up, y'all. This a game been playing but a year. Hold up, the next hole, one of the hardest holes, hole I hate. You know how some holes, if you play golf, some of them just don't fit your eye. This one don't fit my eye. This man had a birdie on this next hole. Let me tell you something, man. It was unbelievable. I'm glad he brought it up to me. Unbelievable experience yesterday, seeing my partner win. Seeing another man win yesterday. Let me tell y'all something. I've been talking about. I didn't think I wouldn't have shared it on the show. I'm serious. But since he said it, he mentioned it. I wanted to share with y'all, man. It was awesome. I got the little video of him getting the ball out the hole, and I didn't load it up, so I won't be able to play it today. But it's a lot of stuff going on. Jimmy will be in. Ray for Austin, he already did his sound check. Skip to Malou, the and one former Houston Rocket, and one ambassador. Rayful Austin will be in the chop shop today. That go Yvette. What's up? Hey man, I prayed for you last night. Hope everything worked out okay. Let me see where I'm gonna start up. Boy, that's why I love my people, man. Y'all just don't understand. Y'all, it's a lot of stuff happening. I want to wait on Chris. If he say coming, we can never depend on Chris. But something happened. Let me see what I got. Well, I got a couple of things for y'all. It's a lot of stuff happening yesterday. Oh, I did. Oh, I did do the Alcorn thing. It did. It has an athletic trainer after missed practice. Players were missing. I'm sorry. In Alcorn, players were missing practice because they didn't have a trainer to look after them. They had to make sure they was all right before they can come back to practice. So, got headline news. Let me see. Alcorn State announced it has appointed Roderick Alexander Young as the new athletic trainer. Young comes to Alcorn after serving 5 years at King's Daughters Medical Center in Brookhaven, Mississippi. I'm sorry, y'all. So yeah, go check that out. I did put it in my notes, and a couple of things in my notes I didn't talk about yesterday. I want to talk about. Let me see. It's a couple of things. Hey, did y'all see? Hold up. Did y'all see Iman Shumpert on Dancing with the Stars? Do me a favor and Google that. Iman Shumpert, former basketball player, pro basketball player. Check him out. I can't play it because they had music. I would have played the video for you, but I think we got a flag because they got music on it. I couldn't. I couldn't play it. And then I got a question. He got cheated. See, I don't care about the cheated part. I just liked his act. I don't know about the cheating part. Okay. Hey, we pronounce it the way we want to pronounce that country Mississippi ass Alcorn, whatever way we go. It's Alcorn, whatever. Kevin Freitman, I see you all the time saying that. How do you want us to pronounce it? Because I've been to that school and recruiting, what's his name? What's my man? Steve McNair. And they called it Alcorn. So what do your smart ass say it is? Since I know you're a Mississippi guy. You tell Mississippi, you tell us what? Hey, y'all know if it Alcorn, but they call it Alcorn. What's the freaking difference? Alcorn. Man, get that. What's that y'all be saying? What's that GT something? Yes, that's what I want to say to Kevin Freitman right now. He said it every time, Alcorn. But I've heard people call it Alcorn. And I was at the university. So y'all need to get it straight down there. You Mississippi people. Okay? Y'all get it straight. I got a question for everybody out there. Yeah, get there. Yeah, that's it. Hey, do me a favor. I want to know, because I don't remember. I guess you can look on it. When did y'all get started on Twitter? Everybody put their years up there. I just want to know. Somebody asked me the other day. I didn't know. I don't remember. Because I wasn't big on Twitter in the beginning. I had my stuff private. I didn't let nobody. Only since we got on this show that I allowed it to be open. I used to be, I thought, I didn't want everybody just looking at what I was doing. You follow me? I didn't understand what Twitter was. So when did you get started on Twitter? Yeah, I just want to know. I was about to say something. I'm gonna leave that one off. Hold up. Hey, hold up. Wilma Creek. Hey, tell me when I get some Shadow Creek people on the feed. Do me a favor, somebody. If Shadow Creek football people are on the feed, let me know. Jonathan 2020. Oh, Jonathan, you just got on. Yvette, Thaddeus, hold up. Let me go look. Let me see when I got on. Let me see. Thaddeus, will they tell me when I got on? Oh, hey, guess when I joined? Check this out, y'all. I start messing around with the chop. I think it was April on the Chop Shop, right? So guess what? April 2009, not on the Chop Shop, but that's when I started. April 2009. That's the first time I thought about that, taking a look at that. Who else? I didn't use it until a couple of years ago. See that? Thank you. Brandon. And Brandon, somebody asked me that question, but do I have any? Let me know when I get some Creek people, Shadow Creek people on the ship. The football. Because I was at a place the other night, and I ran into two parents whose sons played for them, and boy, they had some unwise. I had some PGW action in there talking about the negativity of the program this year. And y'all, I've been watching stuff, right? Somebody sent me something. They said, Robert, think about this. And I just want y'all to think. They told me for the cost of one aircraft carrier, we could end homelessness in the United States. I'm going to repeat this. I don't know. I haven't looked up the facts. I haven't looked up the cost of aircraft carrier. But I'm sure one of y'all will, because somebody on here know. For the cost of one aircraft carrier, we could end homelessness in the United States. So what that made me think, poverty is a policy choice. Poverty is a policy choice. I want to talk about today. I just thought about that, y'all. Sometimes we sit around here and play around with this stuff. I watch the media. Sitting there watching the media, how they play these things out. I want to play something for y'all. Share the show right quick, everybody. I think I did it already. Everybody share the show. I want y'all to see something. This touched me, and I got to, because I know the guys will be on in a minute, but this touched me. Check this out.
Haitian. I think that is the history.
Explain, please.
Well, we saw it, and you and I talked about this, Whoopi. We saw it when it first came to the demonizing of Haitians when it came to the AIDS crisis.
That's right.
And then we saw it continuing. It really began with the raping and pilfering of France by Haiti and the punishment of Haiti for becoming the first black free nation in our hemisphere. And I think that U.S. policy towards Haiti has always been corrupt. And it doesn't have to be that way, because we know that the United States can do it. There is a way to do it. There's just no will to do it, because the United States and the White House has promised to bring 95,000 Afghans here. And I'm not saying they shouldn't be brought here, because they should be, right? Yeah. That is the promise of this country. But if you can bring 95,000 Afghans here, then why are you sending 86 Haitians back on an airplane to a country that has been devastated? Yeah. So it's not about whether or not there's a way. It's not about that there's a pandemic. But this policy started with the Trump administration. It's called Title 42, and the Trump administration decided to ban migrants, refugees from coming. So when people say, well, get in line, there is no line because of the Trump administration. And there has never been a line for Haitians. And I take this personally because my husband is Haitian. And I have been to Haiti many, many times. And it is a beautiful, beautiful country with a rich culture and a beautiful people. And they should not be treated like this. And enough is enough.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I know this is a sports talk show, but let me tell you something. Sometimes I don't want nobody to ever say, Robert Hatter, you have this platform. Y'all have this platform. Y'all just talking about this. Y'all talking about this. And don't make cause they saying the leaders ain't saying nothing about it. Let me tell you something, man. Like I told y'all on Monday, we need to pray for those people. But get on the phone, call your congressman. Call your congressman, man. Call your congressman. Don't get on here and talking about that you whooping the Haitians. No, get on the phone and call your congressman and say, hey, man, that shit got to stop. We gonna vote you out of there. We gonna get a group of people to vote you out of there. So we just got, man, I promise you, we got more power than we think we have. What's up, Kim Jackson? And I want to share something. I'm trying to not be redundant when Jimmy and them come on because I know they're going to talk about certain things. But I saw something yesterday, and I meant to bring it up yesterday. But this young man named Jaylen Brown. Y'all know who Jaylen Brown is, right? Okay, Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown, he said he had an article with Undefeated talking about why is it important, why it was important to him that the Celtics and the NBA hire African-American head coaches. Young man, Jaylen Brown, y'all got to Google him. Went to Cal, smart guy, very politically conscious, very socially conscious. He was one of the first guys who got in a car and drove to Atlanta because he couldn't get on a plane. Drove from Boston to Atlanta to support Atlanta in their efforts. This young man, Jaylen Brown. Let me see. What's up, Jimbo? Hey, this young man, Jaylen Brown. Boy, you're matching today, that boy. you got blue. I got blue and blue. But Jimmy, I'm just talking about Jaylen Brown. I don't know if you heard it the other day, Jimmy, but Jaylen was very adamant about very intentional. You know that word I've been using, intentional, like we are on the Chop Shop, that the Celtics and the NBA hire more African American head coaches, black head coaches. He said something key, Jimmy. This young kid, ain't 25 years old. He said whether it was because they were just trying to shut us up or because they actually believe it was the right thing to do, it don't matter to me. He said a representation is important, Jimmy. This young kid, man, from the Boston Celtics, he was ecstatic to see the seven new African-American head coaches, including one for his own franchise, get hired by the NBA this offseason, regardless of how the true motive. He said, I don't care. You know how people talk, don't do it if your mind, just do it. Hey, Jimmy, we'll figure out the rest later. Just do it. He said, I was 24 years old, y'all. I keep telling y'all these young people ain't playing. Jimmy, this young man said Boston, Danny Ainge, Mr. Grossbeck, the owner, man, y'all need to hire a black dude, man. 24 years old, Jimmy. This don't happen. Listen to me, y'all. If the players, if just, Jimmy, we just had 10 more players like that start doing stuff like that, it'd be a lot, stuff for change, Jimmy. I mean, he went on in the article, I'm trying to find some things. He said they deserve to have a seat at the table too, especially in coaching position, as well as in front office position. Ownership, Jimmy, I know we're going to talk about your friends' front office position. That's why I didn't want to mess with that one until you got on the show. He said, that's my argument. People may disagree with me. Like, they're not qualified. They just getting the job because they're African American. Y'all done heard that. You've seen people say that in the media. And things, and some said there's plenty qualified. But this young man, he's standing up, man. When are we gonna stand up? Our 24 years old people standing up. When our grown ass gonna stay? See, he ain't scared. Some of us might be scared. What's up, Jimmy? Welcome, man. What's happening today, man? You didn't leave me out there too long today. But guess what, Jimmy? Hey, hold up. I was gonna do. Hold up, Jimmy. I got to give you this one, Jimmy. This from a man. This from a man. This from Jimmy. This from a man. Adam Clay Powell. Okay, he said, Jimmy. He come up there on the preacher's stand. He said, I would keep my remarks. He said, I would keep my remarks like a woman's skirt, long enough to be respectable, but short enough to be interesting. Jimmy, I was gonna keep my I was gonna keep my remarks like a woman's skirts, long enough to be respectable and short enough to be interesting. That's why I love Adam Clayton Powell. That's one of his things when he started his thing. That's my man. What you got, man? What's going on?
We're gonna get this thing. We're gonna get this thing crunk by sharing the show.
Yeah, let's share.
You. Come on, let's get us a good share in. It's Baby Friday.
A good share.
That's what we call Thursdays on the Chop Shop. That means it may be Thursday to you guys, but it's Friday to the Chop Shop. Remember, we Monday through Friday, 12 to 2 Central Standard Time, and all over the world. So you make sure we invite you always to get a good share in. Remember, we're on our quest to reach 1,000 subscribers on the YouTube page. And if you have not done so, then get over to the YouTube page. There, there's pros and cons watching the YouTube. There's a boom boom room there. There are people that are dialoguing and commenting over there as well. I see a few of them over there right now. I see Karen Thomas. I see Chuck McCowan. I see old Sensei. I see Kim Jackson over there. Michael Smith, the concierge, is over there in the house. And a few more. Get over there. And what we're going to do is we're going to post shortly the link to where you can go over to the YouTube and subscribe. You simply going over there and you clicking on the subscribe button. That's all we asking you to do. And that way we can get up and reach that 1,000 plateau. Right now we're about 120 shy of that. We can get there if you guys help get the word out. Share, get them subscribed to our YouTube page. Also, speaking of such, if you are a business manager, business operator, business owner, the Chop Shop is prime real estate for you to consider advertising and promoting your businesses on the Chop Shop. It's September. We're going into Q4, right? Next month. So let's go ahead on and look at the coffers. And we would send us an email, chopshophtx@gmail.com, chopshophtx@gmail.com. How you can put that email up there for them. That way, and we'll send you guys a very economical rate sheet, especially for you guys. Especially mention that you got it from the Boom Boom Room. You get a special rate from the Boom Boom Rooms. And what happens is your ads can be up there at the top. You see up there where the Chop Shop is over on the right. You see right above me, the Big City Accidents logo. Your ad can be right there, or even right in the middle, right there, up top. Your ad, or it can be streaming across the bottom. You can benefit from your business being advertised and marketed and promoted on the Chop Shop. You guys know it. Trust me. I think by now, each and every one of you know somebody that watches the Chop Shop that doesn't even dialogue and interact with the rest of the Boom Boom Room. Everybody knows at least one. So guess what? That person can still advertise their company. Some people don't want their bosses to know because they might suspect their boss might be a sports fan. What the hell else is he doing during the midday? So this is what we're going to get into, and want to invite you guys to come out and do so as well. Melvin Dew says Sandra's still doing designs. No, I think her hands is all the way full.
No, we got somebody. We good. We got some. Yep. Yeah, don't worry about all that, Melvin Dew. Yeah.
She has the
Man,
magazine where
hey,
we're putting together.
Hey, Jimmy, like my brother used to tell me, run your shoes over. Let me run this. run your shoes over. Remember, dudes, you're doing a little too much. Yeah, slow down.
and
Slow
and,
down.
uh, and so shout out to Darrell Anderson. He's out of the country. Well, I don't know what country he's in today, but he
Cozumel,
often watches
Mexico.
the chop. Cozumel. All right,
Yes.
shout out down there in Cozumel. Hey, bring a bottle of that tequila on back. One of them old bottles. They got they got the bottles down there. You drop them on the floor, they won't even break. I don't know what the hell they make them bottles out of. That good one. Hey, bring one of them worms on back down there, man. If we can get that thing ready for my birthday coming up in November. I need 3 bottles of them worms. Bring them on back down there. That's what you need to do. Hey, Darrell Anderson, let me know and I'll cash app you. That's what you need. You need some help, I got you.
No, he ain't gonna need. Yeah, if you want him, you send your bread. He don't need no help. But if you want, and don't you have to? What you have to do to get that liquor? Because I never. What you have to do to get that liquor? Don't you have to get to just bring it back in your bag?
No, you got to claim it.
Okay.
You got to claim it.
Okay.
And they give you they have a list of something. I'm quite sure Darrell Anderson knows it by heart because he's selling the 7 C's almost repeatedly. But they give you a list of what you can and can't bring back. Jonathan
Somebody
Griffin,
tell me get that white Henny. Man, y'all just drank any damn thing, man.
I still got 2 bottles of liquor. I'm not a Henny guy. I'm a Crown guy. So it's kind of
But
like
it's white Hennessy. Oh, it's white Hennessy.
I mean, it's still. I mean, I can drink some of that, but that's not my preference. That's why I still got 2 bottles of it left. I had about 4 about a year ago.
How many bottles of Crown you got left?
Right now? Got about 3, 4.
Oh, you good on the Crown right now?
Yeah, but I ain't drinking them right now. You know what I'm saying? So
you just stopped drinking a couple of weeks ago. God, come on, Jimmy. You just stopped.
Hey. I know you see. Look at that. I'm getting down there. I'm gonna put that tight T-shirt on. Remember in November, I'm getting down there. Remember Ice Cube when he went to the restroom? What he say on that song? He said 10 pounds lighter. I'm 7 pounds lighter, y'all. I'm getting there. Just hold tight.
Hey, Jimmy. Yesterday, Jimmy, Don Hall just asked how I shoot yesterday. I don't know. Don Hall, I might have shot about 5 or 6 over yesterday. I could have did, but Robert Young, Jimmy, I played with him yesterday. He had a hole-in-one on 17. He ain't been playing for the year. I've been teaching him to play a year. He had a hole-in-one on 17 and a birdie on 17. And a birdie on 18. It's just, hey, dude, I was happier than he was. So I'm gonna put it. I got the video. I got to put it up there. Great job. I had a great time yesterday playing with him, though. I had a great time.
That's a good thing. Good thing. And we're expecting. I think we may be having a guest on the back 9 on today's show. So
you already signed in. You already checked in.
Great combo. And well, since he checked in, we're going to give it to you. Say, well, might give some of you motivation to go ahead and share the show. We have
Rafe Austin,
retired street ball legend and former NBA star, including the Houston Rockets, Rafer Austin, aka Skip to My Lou, is going to join us. And you guys remember, he's not a first timer. He's been on Chop Shop about 3 to 4 times already. And one time I was going out of town, he did a takeover and went buck wild on the Chop Shop.
Him and Moochie Nord
on the amazing 102.5 FM and a couple of years back. But so at the top of the hour, Rafe Austin, Skip to My Lou, is going to join us on the Chop Shop. Now let's get right into speaking of basketball. Let's go right into it. We got several topics. You just gave one about the young fella from Boston Celtics and the article in the Undefeated that in him and persuading them to go and put some flavor up in that front office. And one thing about him is that you can say he's been consistent. We start. I don't know how long. But, once George Floyd was tragically killed a year ago this past May, I paid attention to guys, young fellas like that, because the NBA, they started to, galvanize a little bit further, and especially during the pandemic and everything was just so. Jalen was one of those guys that was on the front line, so to speak, when you're talking about NBA guys that was vocal and publicly vocal. A lot of people may have been vocal, but in their own sects of the country. He was in Minneapolis marching on the streets. He was in several cities. He's been planting those seeds of power for the people. And now you just got to keep balling.
Let me tell you something, Jimmy. Forget the ball. Let me tell you something. I met the kid, Jimmy, when he was a rookie. When he was in the rookie, he was in the rookie game. When the All-Star game. This young man, instead of being and hanging out, talking about giving parties like the other people, this young guy, he had some kind of symposium, getting the young guys together and getting them to understand the business of the NBA, the business that you're. This a rookie. He was just different, Jimmy. I mean, he was outgoing. He would always go to the tech summits and all that. I used to watch him as a rookie. So you talking about being consistent. He been consistent from the rookie. He been a leader. He told them guys, hey, all the young rookies, y'all come. Jimmy, he had like all of them went bowling and all of them went this here together. All of them went this. He was holding court for that class a bit, and look at what 3 or 4 years later, Jimmy, he's one of the vice presidents, one of the leaders in the Players Association. That young man there went to Cal. I know this is a college choice first, but he is on it, Doc. This ain't no fly-by-night thing and talking about he got the. Let me tell you something. Him and that Malcolm Brogdon, two of the most amazing young basketball players on the court and off that I've ever encountered in my life. So I just want to tell the whole story about him. That kid, a kid that can play. That kid, he the real deal. He the real deal.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. So shout out to him. And also, speaking of the NBA, we remember this was like long overdue with news. I even asked back during the top 100 camp, and it was just one of those things that Michelle Roberts, who's the head of the Players Association, she had been said, they asked her to come to help strengthen the Players Association, and she came over. She was an attorney, and understand she's cool. She's like how people within the NBA view Adam Silver. The players view her in the same sense of coolness. That's what I'm saying. Michelle is like, she's like that. She's everybody's either cousin or auntie within the Players Association. She's cool like that. However, dealing with a bunch of, this wasn't her plan to be here forever. She had planned, this rumor came out, she had let it be known, hey, look, man, this was 2 years ago. Hey, I'm about to get ready to land the plane on this thing now. Y'all need to, and no, hold on, Michelle, give us a little more. We got, and so she, I'm paraphrasing kind of how it went down. She's like, well, listen, y'all need to find somebody. I'll help you find somebody if you need me to. But once you do so, then we going on and make it with, because I'm gone. Understand. This wasn't part of, she didn't need this job.
No, she wasn't just an attorney, Jimmy. She was one of the best. She was one of the top. She was one of the top out there. She wasn't regular. This wasn't no girl they went just got, oh, she's a good attorney. No, she was one of the most accomplished attorneys up in that area up there. But keep going, Jimmy. Yeah. I just wanted to
So here we are now at the point now where they finally agreed on a replacement, which happens to be another attorney, another female, right? and that's Tamika Tremaglia. She's going to replace, she's already been selected as the new executive director of the National Basketball Players Association. And of course now the clock is ticking. So Michelle gets to set her table as to when she's going to land. That date, I don't have it.
What is the young lady's name again? I mean, what?
Tamika with an I.
But what is she? What's her? What? Tell me. You got any background on her?
I'm giving it to you so you can type it in. Tamika with an I.
Hold up.
The last name TRE MAGLIO. You understand that last name?
I got
before you look her up. She could be. She's probably married. That's probably her husband's last name. You know what I'm saying? So don't even jump when you hear that last name.
Hold up. Check this out. Remember, I said I've said Michelle Roberts is one of the prominent attorney in D.C. Tamika is a prominent Washington, D.C. attorney and longtime player. She's been a consultant for the long time, Jimmy, and has been hired. Oh, she has been.
She's already in. She's already tapped in.
Okay. I got I'm a call. I got to know somebody to know her.
What she look like?
I don't have a picture. They ain't got a picture of her.
That ain't that. You know she on social media somewhere. You gotta go on, put your plug out there. See what she working with.
No, I'm good. I got a show to do. I'll look up. That is Moody.
Now, meanwhile,
thank you. That is Moody. We got that already.
In all seriousness, this is.
Jimmy, she's a sister.
Oh, I know she was a sister. That was I was just telling you.
Calls it Tamika.
I knew that.
Hey, Jimmy, guess what, Jimmy? She worked at Deloitte and Touche. Yeah, she big time, Jimmy. She was a managing partner principal. Hold up, managing partner, a managing principal in a firm. Yeah, she big. She big. I can't cut. She big stuff, top pot, and she nice. Who that Corey? Yeah, she decent. Yeah,
Corey says she nice, huh?
Yeah, she decent.
So I mean, this is, and understand, this is a new beginning.
I love
because
it.
because the NBPA is also heading into the season with a new president. Chris Paul is no longer the president. No, they have a term, guys. He can't do it forever. And who took Chris Paul?
CJ McCollum.
CJ McCollum. That's who it is. So CJ McCollum is at the helm now. So it's a new beginning all over for the NBPA on both sides. So that means once again, when new upper management comes, then you can expect some shakeups in some things. I don't know what, I don't know when, but you can expect things will not necessarily be the same. Otherwise, that new person will get the jacket of being a puppet. And that's one of the worst things not one of the worst things. Sometimes black folk just don't take kindly to being called a puppet when you're in a position of integrity. So
she wear a lot of makeup though. She keeping the max though in business. I can tell you that. She got money too. She keeping the max though. Huh?
So they got a question for you, Adam.
What?
And Walt asked, why is she not heading up the WNBA Players Association?
Because she heading up the NBA Players Association. The WNBA got somebody leading theirs up. She headed up this one. Dude, listen, the WNBA is not this woman here is a top gun. She like Mav and Goose. She like Goose, like Mav and the Iceman. She one of the best to do. For her to get at this spot, she got to be Jimmy impeccable. Because these guys, Chris Paul and LeBron, they done vetted the hell out of this woman. But guess what, Jimmy? Guess what she been for years? She been the whisperer. When they say consultant, Jimmy, she been the whisperer in Michelle Roberts' ear for years. Two different entities. Thank you, Thaddeus Moody. Explain to Walter Yates. He been coaching basketball for too long. Explain it to him a little bit.
Well, yeah, and for those that want to go and simplify the fraction, her maiden name is Tamika Langley.
Okay.
So Tamika Langley is her maiden name, and of course she's been married for as I figured out with that last name Tremaglio for 23 plus years, and
Oh, he a white dude.
come on. Last time you been through the hood, Hatter, and saw somebody, a brother with last name Tremaglio in Memphis or in Houston. Now, maybe over in France, maybe where they make the Vouv, my last name might be maybe some black folks last name of that, but not in America. But
damn, Tamika. Okay, all right, okay.
Well,
I'm gonna leave that alone.
Guess what though? That might, that will get her in other rooms now. She be able to go now to double down and get to go in different. She get to go in different suites. He go to one suite. She go to other. They get,
No, that ain't no reason to marry no damn body.
Okay, I mean, that's her preference. Each his own on that. But one thing about it, she is heavy. She's not a lightweight.
She's a bad girl.
I'm talking about as far as her resume.
Yeah,
she's a heavyweight. She sits on the board. Listen. Of Lady Gaga's Born This Way Foundation,
dude.
The Tuskegee University Board, dude. Mount St. Mary's Board, the Greater Washington Board of Trade. That means she has to have some type of economic foundation to be on the board.
Boy, I just told you, this woman here ain't no joke, man. I don't care who she married to. She ain't no joke. Hey, yeah. I mean, but I love to see it, man. I know NBA is one of the most popular entities on this planet. It's global. It's not just local. It's global. It's a global conglomerate, and she heading the Players Association of that. The workforce. In other words, she is the head of the workforce. Of the biggest NBA to me is the biggest world conglomerate, noticeable conglomerate in the world to me. So shout out to Mr. Mika. I'm just kidding about your husband. Marry who you want to, baby girl. But shout out to you. I know you're gonna bring something to the table. And Jimmy, she just seems like she gonna be a little bit more outspoken. See, let Patrick Beverly get in a meeting and get to talking crazy to her like he did to Mika. And they was about to get in his ass down there in the bubble. Talking crazy to Mika. I'm talking to Michelle.
Not to Mika, to Michelle.
Let him talk. She looked like she'll read it and she'll tell him, dude, go cut your damn hair.
Well, you got to realize that was one of the reasons Michelle was already tired and kind of, tired. She had done enough, but it's a lot of the divaism that's within today's National Basketball Association, the employees, as far as the players, the talent that is, it's at a whole different level. I want to take the time out and give a shout out to University of Texas assistant coach Uric Malagi.
What Lyric do?
Right? Uric and his wife, they've just this morning, his wife gave birth to a new young king. His name is Justin Josiah Malagi. And he was born this morning, 6 pounds, 6 ounces, 21 inches long. And shout out to Uric and his bride, his matriarch, for bringing a new young king into the world.
Awesome.
Uric, it's awesome, man. That's good,
That's his first. That's his first.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
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 I mean,
welcome to the club, Coach. Welcome, Coach.
Unless he the pappy or something, that we don't know about. But shout out to Uric in that. Now
he's a son, right? And it's a son, right? And Jimmy, yes, I know how I feel, and that's why I tell people, boy, it ain't nothing like when you have a son, man. I love my daughter. She know I love her to death. Y'all know she my queen. But boy, when I had that little nappy head, boy, it changed everything. Because he gonna have my name. So it's just a unique unique feeling. I know how he feel. I know how I was when he was born. I'm sitting right there in the operating room. I didn't want to go out and see all that stuff, but I was right there in the operating room, and I'll never forget it. 20-something years ago. Shout out to Uric, man. Great job, man. Ain't nothing like being a father.
And I'll be giving shouts to give a shout out to Tamika Withers.
What Tamika do?
Walt. I mean, it's just join us on the Chop Shop. It's Baby Friday. We give
Tamika been on there a long time. You just messing with her.
Shout out to Slim McDaniel, for Luke McDaniel.
Yeah.
Walter Yaston joined us now. He's from up north. Now, remember, he's moved from Houston and relocated up north. Also, Sonia Billingsley. I see you in there, girl. You with us today. Also, over in the Boom Boom Room on the YouTube. Shout out to Dr. John Newsom. Shout out to Archie. Then joined us over there. Nicholas Best is over there. You know, he's been over there for a few minutes. But I'm giving shout out to you guys. Tiara Holmes. I see you in there. Tiara Holmes. Alfio is up in the house over there on the YouTube page.
I didn't see Alfio.
Yeah, he's up in there as well.
Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Hey, Archie, man, you didn't say nothing about my boy Archie.
I just said Archie.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, so I said now.
Okay.
More NBA news because we're coming up at the top of the hour in a few.
That's right. Come on.
Now we have there's new intel that has come forth, which it was a matter of time. I didn't think it would be that quick. And this type of news, and that is recently fired. And I was paying attention to that stuff, Haller, too. Remember, a lot of black folks start asking that question, why when white folks get fired, they say they parting ways. They put on the ESPN ticker that Gerson Rosas was fired. I was like, oh. And then in the parting comment, it's normally a customary, you know, that the person, that the owner, in that goodbye letter, that Dear John letter that they released to the press, they'll say, well, we thank him for his dedicated service. He was a great employee. We wish him well. The owner for the Minnesota Timberwolves did not do that at all. Now, come to find out, which is Gerson. I mean, like I say, it's public news now because it's all over the doggone. It's on the ticker.
We talked about it yesterday, Jimmy. We talked about it yesterday.
No, we didn't talk about the details.
No, we didn't talk about the detail. We just talked about what we could talk about.
I'm talking about the details as to why. Now, the why is what provides understanding. And the why with Gerson is allegedly. Well, they have.
Y'all being messy today? Jimmy, y'all being messy today?
No, we just reading off.
That's what I'm saying, Chris. Why is this call being messy if it's already reported by another outlet or two? As long as when you cite that outlet, that's good journalism. Even though we're not handcuffed by the standards and codes of journalism on the Chop Shop, but according to
sources,
right? No. It's.
I got two. I got the Athletic. And I got ESPN.
Bleacher Report says that ownership was made aware of Rosas' transgressions with the staffer, right? When team officials were provided with photographic evidence of their connection, sources said. I'm reading word for word from
I saw the pictures. Report. Somebody sent me the pictures. His name, Chris Walker. But keep going.
It seems few, if any, in Minnesota and around the league had general knowledge of Rosas' relationship until Wednesday, which is yesterday, when the news quickly spread throughout the organization and to rival team personnel like wildfire. Rosas and the woman, each of whom is married, were seen kissing in a suite during a Minnesota United soccer game last Saturday at Alliance Field. Sources.
Maybe Jimmy, they was just kissing like the Italians do.
I'm just reading this. I'm reading this right here. I haven't gave any thoughts.
Not like the Sopranos, but keep going.
Let's put this out first so that way they can get the report according according to Bleacher Report. Now, ESPN has put out a similar article a couple of hours ago. The soccer club was told to reserve luxury seating for several Timberwolves players and personnel, right? Those two of those seats were filled by Rosas and the staffer. The pictures have been obtained by Bleacher Report. One photograph is a close-up shot clearly showing him and the woman sitting beside one another in light blue cushioned seats behind the suite's protective plexiglass. The second photograph follows, where the two have leaned towards one another for a romantic embrace. Now, the woman in question appears to be the former vice president of communications.
So they fired her too?
Collier. Yes, her ass was fired yesterday as well. She's no longer on the Minnesota Timberwolves website. She's and this lady right here, once again, she's married. She was getting her job paid six figures.
Damn.
And she was in charge of like in the on the media side,
yes,
her connections with the Fox network and some of the local stations.
Get fired for cheating now?
Well, on the property in the workplace, you obviously you can.
Hold on. What happened, Chris? Because I don't know if you heard. This was a Timberwolves. They reserved this place, the soccer team, for the Timberwolves staff.
Yeah.
So they was really technically on Timberwolves business.
So yeah,
if you're on work time, you can't. If you're on work time,
you're supposed to dip your pen in the company ink anyway.
So you can get. So what you're saying is you should be fired from your job.
I know what he'd have done. I know the way he looked at me. I know what he'd have done in his life. Oh my God! The way you just looked at me,
Chris,
he looked at me like, what? I've been dipping. You looked at me like, Negro, I've been dipping my pen for years. That's how you look at it.
You understand why a lot of those colleges have old secretaries.
Man, y'all.
I'm just saying, you go to them college campuses and them D1s looking off old.
I apologize. I didn't want to interrupt you, but Chris, I couldn't. Chris, the way you looked at me, I'm saying.
So let me ask you a question. So if two teachers at, Stephen Woods on the line, if two teachers at Hightower got busy, you say they would fire both teachers?
I don't know the policy of the teachers of that.
I've never heard that because I'm sure.
If two married teachers, hold up. Yeah. If two married teachers that married to somebody else, hold on.
What law did they break?
No. It ain't about the law. It's a moral code.
So you're telling me that moral codes govern who? Man, you have lost your.
Hey, let me tell you something. Hey, okay, sir. I don't know about where you've been. I've seen several places where they said you don't fraternize with the people at work. You don't date the people at work.
I guarantee you that's not what they said. Okay, I've seen where cheerleaders can't fraternize with the players, but they don't talk about that when you take jobs at places. They do not talk about
Chris,
that.
you can't dip your pen in the company ink.
You Tommy from Martin, you ain't had a job in 20 years. What the hell you know about what they say at workplace?
I used to have a job. Hold up, excuse me. Jimmy, watch this, Jimmy. I'm the employer of people. And let one of they little nasty ass, hold up, let one of they little nasty ass be around here messing with each other and they married. I'm firing their ass on the spot. How about that?
Tommy, you ain't been
how about that?
You've been on your own for a long time.
No. You know why? Hold up. I signed the front of the check, not the back of the check. Homeboy. Now,
listen, man.
Now carry on.
Listen, all them old football coaches back in the day, you know what I'm talking about.
No,
you know what I'm talking about.
No. Forget the football coaches. What about the former basketball coaches who've been to Loyola Marymount, Villanova? Jimmy, give me some more, Jimmy. UMass, Cal. You probably was down there tan one of them, but you not married. But you was down there tan one of them. Coach, it seemed normal to you.
No, never at work. You can't do that.
That's an inappropriate relationship. And
let me tell you, it is my business. Folk McDaniel, yeah, it is. You can't be dipping your pen in this company ink, man.
No, you don't get to decide who beat you. So you're the guy to decide who loves who and who has what relationship. Get out of here with that nonsense.
But
If they're out there giving companies secrets away, if they're out there doing something that would hurt the company, I get it. But I'm telling you right now, if you have a specific skill set, they give a damn.
Hey, Jimmy, you should have read the whole article. That ain't the only reason his ass got fired.
No. Understand something. That stuff, do you know when that happened? I'm gonna tell you when that happened, when this photo and the kiss, the alleged, this just happened this past Saturday.
Wow.
It just happened. So yes, right. This was the straw that broke both of them back. Because you know why? She got fired on Wednesday as well.
I don't want to put any business in the street, but I was at the NBA Summer League. He was getting fired then.
No. Understand something.
Getting fired then.
No. Understand something. You were on the hot seat, and they needed a reason. Just anything. This to anything. Because understand something, Chris. If that's the case, then why doesn't the young lady keep her job?
Yeah.
She got axed as well.
I don't know what her situation was with the team.
What do you mean? She wasn't on the hot seat.
How do you know? How do you know?
Come on, Chris. That job there is basically the type of hold on.
Jimmy, just suppose that she was on the hot seat. So what? She round here kissing her boss, her superior, and they probably done caught her more than one time. Jimmy, for them to know that,
it's not the only time they've been caught.
That ain't the only time.
And what you don't realize is how to let this out. I didn't want to put the dude's business out there, but he was using the company's credit card to do stuff.
Yeah, no, they was buying her stuff. Yeah, yes, Jimmy. He was using the company credit card to buy her stuff. He was tricking off with the company. Wait a minute, hold up. What folk? Hey, where's Slim at? Slim. And imagine somebody using my company card. Where my wallet at? My company card to trick off with another guy, with another co-worker. I'm gonna fire him and his mammy and anybody else, Jimmy. Oh, hold up. You can't do that now, Chris. You can talk all that mess you want to.
You're right about that. That's ridiculous. He's buying gifts.
Hey, but we got to guess. Hey, Rayful, we're going to put Rayful Austin is on the line. We're going to put him in this conversation, too, because he probably can give us a little insight on it.
I don't feel like tearing Rayful ass up today.
Man, he ain't thinking about you, man. He ain't thinking about you, Chris Walker.
What's up, Doc?
Oh, man. Hey. What's going on?
What up, Chris?
What's up, Skip? Hold up, Jimmy. Jimmy, we need to announce him, but I'm going to give him. Hey. I'm going to give it to him anyway.
Hey, man, we got this right now, guys. Right now, this is nothing. Stop what you're doing. Share the show. Give us a thumbs up on your YouTube page. Take that, hit the share button on YouTube. Share it to somebody. Send it to your email block to somebody. We got basketball royalty.
Yes, sir.
On the screen right now.
Yes, sir.
Understand something. Street ball legend, retired street ball legend. Right? The pioneer of the N1 basketball movement, which inspired so countless minorities to grab video cameras and start making mixed highlight tapes. That's a whole movement that was inspired from watching those N1 mixtapes. Right?
Right.
Retired NBA star in multiple cities, including the Houston Rockets. Right? Coach grassroots basketball, called himself retired, got pulled right back in because he has a son.
Oh, Dave.
And so he comes right now, right back with us. And we have a guy that ain't gonna never, he vowed on the Chop Shop. On the first time he came on the Chop Shop 4 years ago, he said, I ain't gonna never hold my tongue. I'm gonna say, I ain't gonna never hold my tongue.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the guy right now we have with us. We have Rayful Austin. Skip to my Lou with us right now. Fresno State's finest in the building. Show me how the East Coast rock.
I'm glad to be back on.
Coach, you got an open invitation, man. Anytime you want to come, you just let us know.
But no, you know me, I've been tuned in since noon, but I got to jump in. Chris, that man had to get fired, man. and look, and Chris, and I love him because I work with him. He worked with me.
Yeah.
I hope he gets another job in NBA. But
He won't, but keep going.
one thing about that league, and you know, like I know, one thing about that business, man. That's a no. Remember when I was playing, they had a thing that they didn't want us dating the cheerleaders. So
Right.
I could imagine him messing with that woman in the front office.
Right.
It was a no. Gotta go.
But here's the thing, though. I don't know if that was the case, but when he used the company's credit card, that's what kills you.
Well, look, Chris. But look, he couldn't use his own.
What?
He couldn't use his own. If he used his own credit card, then his
Great
wife would have said,
point.
"Oh, baby,
Oh!
who'd you buy lingerie for?" I don't get it.
He could be like, how do you cash that card? What you talking about, right? Come on, man.
Listen, no matter what, he couldn't have his name attached to where his wife could catch that. She couldn't catch that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, Skip, had I told me you was coming on, I promised I was gonna take it easy on you today, okay? I'm just letting you know because
No, don't take it easy on me, man. Hey, it's all in good fun.
I promised I was gonna take it easy.
Hey, this the one time, break your promise, man.
Hey, before y'all talk to Skip, I got a disclaimer. Last night I'm sitting here watching TV. I get a phone call. He on the feed. I say, Kevin Freeman, what Kevin Freeman want? His son get on the phone. Son get on the phone. Did you say my daddy was passive? I'm like, oh, I didn't get everybody riled up. I tell everybody I'm sorry in the boom boom room. Y'all not ready for this, so I'm gonna leave it alone. Jimmy already disciplined me already.
Oh man.
Boom boom room. We get to 1,000. The bet is off. Ain't none of y'all ready for this, so I'm gonna leave it. I had Kevin Freeman call me in the middle of the night with his son on the phone. I said,
He put his kid in the middle of it, huh?
Come on, Kevin Freeman.
Hey,
And Kevin's one of my guys too. I can't believe Kev did that, man.
Yeah,
Man, his son calling me, man. I'm like, you know what? Kim Jackson, Marquessa. I saw what you wrote, Marquessa. I'm gonna leave it alone, man. I'm gonna stop.
I have another piece of intel to add to the Minnesota saga.
Okay, come on.
Okay, they've already named a replacement for Gerson.
Yes.
And Sachin Gupta is the person that they've replaced him with. Now, Sachin Gupta is a brilliant brain.
Yes. MIT, Stanford University.
He worked for ESPN a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
You know that when you go on ESPN and you try to figure out, you want to do one of those simulated trades, and you want to trade this guy for that guy.
He invented that
tracker.
Yeah,
he's the pioneer of that.
Mm-hmm.
He coded that. He coded that thing there, that trade tracker. And so now also the Houston Rockets tried to get him last year.
A lateral move.
Gerst blocked the deal.
But he blocked it because it was a lateral move, not an upper.
To a rival.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he said if it would have been a higher move, he wouldn't have blocked
it. But here's the thing. Look, Gupta he works with the Timberwolves. He's just gonna right now do it. They're still gonna find somebody.
Oh, they're gonna find, he interim, Jimmy. He's interim.
The thing. It don't matter how brilliant Gupta is that he can't in all that. That team is still stinking. So my thing with those guys is you could be as smart as you want to be. You could be brilliant in the classroom. That's great. When are you going to put the product on the floor so the fans can get back in the seats and cheer for a winning product? That's what matters the most. We could talk. They could talk about what just transpired with the men and the women. They talk about all that stuff they want. The fans want to know when you're putting the product on the floor so we can get happy and get behind our team again. That's what matters.
But they fired Thibodeau, and Thibodeau took them to the playoffs.
I got something for you though. And I broke this news on the show a long time ago. They got new management, right? Let me tell you something. This new owner, he ain't about to play with these people, man. In two more years, he'll be able to take over the team completely. Mark Lowry is really the owner. Your Alex Rodriguez is just he's an owner, but he's just a figurehead owner. It's a lot of stuff going to happen, man, in these next 2 years that they're going to get back to get basketball people in with the coach. Watch what's going to happen. KG going to come back.
The one thing that can stop hold them
KG,
up is
Kevin Garnett gonna come back. Come on.
they're in a player-driven league.
Yes.
So not too many players gonna want to go to Minnesota. They're in a tough spot. So think about this: if they in this 2-year window you're talking about, if it don't happen, guess who they're gonna lose? Towns.
Yeah. Good.
So it's the same thing like when Kevin Garnett was there.
Yeah.
Right. If you don't put they don't put these pieces around soon. Towns has to get out of there because it's going to look like he's wasting his best years in a losing situation. Right? He's an all-star.
You can say that about a lot of organizations out there. Skip.
Right. What I'm saying is that's what's going on now. Look, this past summer, the Blazers hired a brilliant coach, right?
Yeah.
Brilliant basketball mind, Charles Billups.
Yeah.
Even while they did that, who is saying you better put some peace around me? I gotta go. Damian Lillard.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
But guess what he's doing
what I'm
though?
saying to you is,
yeah.
What I'm saying to you is the window is really short because these players are gonna soon be like, listen, I need to go.
I got a question for you, Skip. 50% of the teams in the league ain't gonna never win no way. So what you want? Just throw them. Just those teams that need to go away.
No. I'm saying it's a process. What happens with the Timberwolves was like Chris just like I just mentioned, they got rid of Thibodeau. He took it to the playoffs. They went to the playoffs. When they went to the playoffs, they were supposed to start implementing the plan to make the next step, right? So once they got bounced in the first round to the Rockets when the Rockets had Paul and those guys, Chris Paul. They lost. They were supposed to make the next step to bring some pieces and bring something around that team to where, okay, now we could get to the semifinals or the conference finals. All that. So they have digressed. They've digressed. So now,
Skip, what I'm saying is,
you're asking a guy like Towns who's averaging 20 and 10 every year. You're asking him to stay there while y'all rebuild. It's not gonna happen.
But all I'm saying is, y'all, and maybe y'all kill me with this. He ain't gonna stay there as you losing team. Half the teams, and you hadn't addressed this, 15 teams are never gonna be there anyway. So what the hell? Players shouldn't go to the teams that I don't see. You gotta understand, players don't pick what they get drafted. So, hold on, let me finish. I'll let you talk. Players get
it's a process to winning. You're not gonna them same teams you're talking about. I agree with you, but they're like, look at the Knicks. They now they have made their progress. They weren't making the playoffs. They made the playoffs. But they're trying to add some pieces to where, okay, now we don't get bounced out in the first round. Now we got the pieces to make a real run to the conference round. Then they're going to add another piece or two to where, okay, now we're a contending team.
But they've been dismal for years.
What I'm saying with the Timberwolves is when they drafted Towns and all that, that was the rebuilding process right there. Then they went to the playoffs. Now you're going backwards.
They had Jimmy Butler too, though, didn't they?
Yes.
Jimmy Butler. What I'm saying is now you're in a situation where you're it's so player and agent driven. Who wants to go there?
But what? So where you gonna go? Everybody can't go to the winning team. Don't but one team win every year.
We get that.
Don't but half of them make the playoffs and the other half. So you saying
they're gonna
don't
them type of players want to go. Like what I'm saying is Towns is not. I'm saying he's not the type of guy that's gonna one out. What I'm saying is if it's not going in the right direction, why would he stay there? Why would his agent keep him there if it's not going in the right direction? You don't want to waste your prime years in the team that's a cellar dweller team. The last 2 years, they were one of the bottom two teams in the league. Back-to-back years. And back-to-back years.
You're not answering my question.
They've never really been good. I mean, the Timberwolves have never really been good.
You're not answering my question. Yeah, well, they have. When KG and Sam numbers up there.
And
Malik Sealy numbers up there.
1 year.
They were good.
They were decent.
They were good.
That was
Sacramento
1 year.
Kings.
They were decent.
Perennial losers. So you're saying I got to get out of here? I got to get. Hold up. Hold up. Fox, I got to get out of here. Buddy Hill, I got to get out of here. Hold on. Let me finish. The Pelicans, okay? Zion, you got to get out of here. I'm just going to the perennial losers. Let me go. Memphis Grizzlies. John Morant, you got to get out of there. Hold on.
Playoff team.
Hold on.
Memphis Grizzlies went to playoffs.
Let me
Memphis
finish.
Grizzlies went to the playoffs.
Detroit Pistons.
The Memphis Grizzlies went to the playoffs.
Okay, but you. All I'm saying
Grizzlies,
is
no. The Memphis. What I'm saying, you're saying. I'm gonna tell you this. Why you name some good teams?
Yeah.
Do you know the talks is already in place for Zion to get out of there?
But I'm still. My argument is.
What I'm saying is, no. I answer your argument right there.
My argument is. Y'all keep talking about wasting your time at a bad organization.
3 years.
You said wasting your time in a bad organization, right?
That's not what I said.
All the organizations are not going to be good.
In the right direction. If it's not going, it's hard to win in the professional sports ranks. If you're an all-star player and your organization is not trending upward, then and you seen the other organization, the other players teaming up and going places, you're not gonna stay there. It's in today's game. It's just not gonna happen in today's game.
Somebody got to be on those teams, man.
You can't.
I got a question. Okay, somebody got to be on those teams. Hold on a second. Somebody got to be on those teams. They got to field a team of 15 too. So you telling no player to go to these teams?
No, you're going left field and right field. No,
I'm not. You the one going to left field and right field.
I'm talking about the main player, the all-star caliber player.
You never said the all-star players.
Listen what I'm saying. Zion Williamson, if the Pelicans aren't every year putting these pieces around him,
I got
to make a run, I guarantee you, him and his agent are working that 4 years from now. We have to get him out of here. It's today's climate. It's what it is.
Okay.
What it is.
So that's for the top players. Like James said, people got mad when James Harden said, "Man, I can't win with these clowns." I mean,
Yeah, you're right. But having played in that league, I understood it. I understood it
too.
You see, and people didn't understand. He wanted to go somewhere he don't have to carry the load back. And look what happened to James Harden's body. All these years carrying the load. He goes to that team, and his body's breaking down. Injury after injury. I played with a player. I love him to death. He's like a brother to me.
T-Mac.
Tracy McGrady. All them years carrying Orlando and carrying Rockets, after a while, it takes a toll on your body. Your back, knee. You have to do so much. The ball is always in your hand. You wonder he's got to score 30. You got to lead in assists. You want him to rebound. You want him to guard the best player I've ever seen. From a fan point of view, they think it's easy. From a player's point of view, it'll take a toll on your body. So for Harden, it's like, look, you got to remember, too, their window closed when they lost that 3-1, 3-2 series to Golden State. Once they lost that year, that window closed.
Quickly.
Window closed because the other teams in the West were going to get better.
Yeah.
Then what happened?
Yeah.
The West picks up who?
Yeah.
LeBron James.
Yeah.
Which knocks
I
out
didn't hear
anything.
you, Rayford. You said something. What did you just say?
I said the West ends up getting LeBron James.
Oh, okay. I was just curious. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. So now the Rockets window got shorted. Now you can't even lift it open now. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. So what happens in this is it's unfortunate for the fans that all these guys all on one team. It's today's climate. It is what it is, and you better get used to it because sooner or later you're gonna see some of your other players going.
Go on, Jimmy, because I don't know what Skip talking about. It's unfortunate in today's climate. I think it's cool, but anyway, keep going.
No, I mean, unfortunately, because a lot of fans, from a fan point of view, a lot of fans don't. They like why, they want to see it like the 80s. The players stayed on one team. Dominique stayed with the Hawks, even though the Hawks, they kept losing, right? Michael stayed on the Bulls. The Celtics stayed together. Patrick Ewing stayed on the Knicks.
Man, that's not happening. We know that's not happening no more. LeBron James changed all that. That guy that
No, the Boston Celtics changed all that.
LeBron James changed all of that. But Skip, I'm looking at something. Skip, I see. What's that you got behind you, sir? What's that?
My team, my AAU team jerseys, man. Always got to promote my AAU team.
Wait, hold up. You got two of them. You got a blue one and then your black. Why you got North Carolina type?
We got a lot of uniforms.
Huh?
Yeah, we got a lot of uniforms. My team stayed. They look sharp. Jim see them. We look sharp when we come in the gym.
Hey.
Sharp.
Jimmy,
Real
but
scrappy, got a real scrappy bunch of kids. I don't have the top flight talent, but I got some real scrappy kids. They get after it. What I'm blessed with lately is I've got some good parents, man. Because again, I had to adjust, see how the climate of AAU has changed. When I was young, parents said they kept their mouth shut. My mother came to a game, she shut her mouth. She just watched the action. She asked questions 2 months down the line. She wasn't going at referees, saying something about the other players on the other team, going at the coach. So I'm blessed to have some good parents on my team, man, that is allow me to coach their kids and enjoy watching these kids get better.
So you actually back coach. Oh, go on, Chris. I'm sorry. Go, Chris.
No, Jimmy had a question. I want to give my question after Jimmy.
Come on, Jimmy.
Well, I just want to throw some I guess some factuals in there on the topic that you're just talking about, the Minnesota and the NBA teams.
Okay.
Actively right now, the three out of the three teams with the longest playoff drought, Sacramento hasn't been there for 15 years. It's been 2007 since Sacramento Kings made the playoffs. Charlotte Hornets haven't been there in 5 years. It was 2017 since the Charlotte Hornets made it. Remember, that was Kimba was in the, they thought he was on at the peak at that time. Then Chicago Bulls is the third team. It's been 2018, right? The season going into 2018 since they last made the playoffs. Minnesota, by the way, they did make the playoffs in 2019. That's when Jimmy Butler was in the fold. So I think that you guys want to add that, when the team make that playoffs, I don't know it don't matter if it's the 9th spot, the 10th spot, or the old customary 8th spot. You thinking that it's a plan. I can get from 8 to 5. I can get from 5 to home court advantage, and I can get from home court advantage to winning it. So that's
now before Chris asks his question, there's a team you mentioned, and I want y'all to check out their offseason acquisitions. The Chicago Bulls.
Wow.
They should be a 7th, 6th, 7th, 8th team. Levine, Ball, DeRozan, Vucevic, that he picked up from Orlando.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. So you don't think if them 4 guys can't get you to the 6th, 7th, 8th seed, then they're stuck. I guarantee you, what they did this summer is they're trending this way. Training camp start next week. Predictions about to come out. Guarantee you the predictions will be Chicago Bulls should be a playoff team.
I like that. Come on, Chris. Chris, you want to interject?
No, I have a question towards summer basketball I want to ask. And then you guys are talking about the NBA. But Skip, let me ask you a question. So obviously, I coach summer basketball. I don't know if I gave you a couple of 30 pieces or not, but when you coach
my team, we very rarely lose by 20, 30, but I doubt it. If you beat us, it probably was a good game, and y'all probably pulled away at the end.
But anyway, how do you feel about, because people always say Hatter is hard on the parents. I don't know why Hatter always chopping the parents up, but that you're an NBA guy, you played the game, because I asked TJ Ford the same thing. And then when it comes to summer basketball, again, I get it, the business of it, play for a sneaker team, play on the circuit. But think about it. Here's a guy, especially if your kid's a point guard or whatever, that you can go play in the league. And you would not want to do that. And again, not anything against the sneaker teams. You're right. I've been on both sides of that thing.
Right.
If you have done it, you know how that you could teach your kid every facet of that game. But if you went to that kid, they'd be like, well, what kind of sneakers you got? Or are you sponsored or this? How does that make you feel being a former pro? Like, how does that make you feel when people, like, they just, not that they disrespect you, but you know how hard it is to get there. They want to get there, but yet they don't want their kids to be around somebody like you or TJ.
To me, it's laughable. It's laughable because they think, because I guess those other teams that are sponsored have poisoned these parents' mind into thinking you have to play in the EYBL for your son to get recognized or whatever. And that's the furthest thing from the truth, right? I've seen parents put their kids on an EYBL team and their kid is riding the bench. So let me ask you, parent, did your son get seen? Who had a chance to watch him on the floor? You know how many kids is on EYBL teams and their kids are not even touching the floor? The college coaches, they're going to go to an EYBL tournament during a live period. They're going to fly it from there and go to another tournament. That's not EYBL. That's during a live and watch kids play. right? You've been in both worlds of this thing. The college coaches, they're gonna find you. It's over 350 some Division I teams. First of all you kids, you're not even Duke, North Carolina level, right? So a lot of those other colleges, let's say like your Texas States, right? Schools like that, they might not go to the EYBL tournament because they know they don't stand a chance to recruit the high level kids with a Duke, North Carolina, UCLA's, and all those schools. So they're gonna go to the other tournaments and go get the kid because these kids might be my caliber. I don't understand the parents, Chris, is that well, you got a guy like TJ, myself, and we're really doing it for the love of our heart. You know, we're not trying to gain anything from it. You know, we did what we need to do in this game. We're just trying to teach the kids the game the right way and try to help them as best we can. That if you don't take it from us and listen to us, who have played and lived this game, went to the highest level, well, who are you listening to? And that's the part I don't understand. It's like when I was young, and then to piggyback off it, the reason the kids don't listen to us now is we're not relevant now, right? They don't see us every day on TV. We're not Damian Lillard, Steph Curry talking to them, right? So we're 10, 11 years removed from our playing day. We're not wrestling. To them, it's like, oh, well. Whereas when I was growing up, it didn't matter if you was playing in that day and age or you were retired. Like if you came and told me, like, man, you played in the NBA, I'm all ears. I need to listen. I need to know what to do. I need to listen and hear and try to do exactly what you're saying and telling me to do. The parents, you know, the last thing about on this topic is that they want to skip a step. They don't want their kids to go through the process, working on their game, get better, go through your ups and downs, your little trials and tribulations during this game. They're trying to bypass a step and in hopes that their son can get this scholarship or become this top-ranked player, but they don't understand it's a process. It's a process. Yes, there's kids, 1 or 2 or 3 kids that because they're good and because, you know, the politics in it, they might thrust them into the rankings, or someone might call the ranking service or this, that, and the third to put their kid in there. It happens for some kids, but the rest of them, you can't skip a step trying to make it in this game. You can't skip a step trying to make it in life.
Now, you are some serious nuggets and to the people right now. And here's what I want to inject right now. You just mentioned people, a lot of these kids don't know you per se, or just say, or your stature like you walking through the gym. They don't know Rafer Alston. But here's what happens. Right. That person of influence, every kid that's bouncing the ball has a person of influence. And I know there's been a time that every one of us have been approached by a person in the gym that we probably never seen before. And they would probably say, oh, excuse me, I want to get a picture. My son right here, can we get a picture? You never saw the person. You say, yeah, sure. Well, you might have been approached to hear that person of influence, maybe a father, maybe an uncle, maybe a big brother, maybe a cousin, maybe a grassroots coach. They have the power to let that young person know, to educate him on who you are in the gym. What happens is far too many of them walk by and they just and they degrade it, don't even acknowledge it. We've saw it happen how we talked about it with TJ Ford. People walk by TJ Ford, they just now knowing who TJ Ford is. You know why? Because they see the gym on mixtapes now. Mm-hmm. You know, like TJ Ford didn't exist for the last decade. But now since Kevin Durant worked out at the gym and now the guys go work. So now TJ Ford. Wow. Right, but then parents could have let people know. Look, see that little guy over there? Look, he's not that much taller than you. That's TJ Ford. Okay,
but what happens, Jim, it's like I said, Jim, are lost. The parents are believing what these organization runners, that's what I call it, whoever's running these so-called AAU organization, they are listening to you don't need to be at TJ Ford team and all that. No, you probably don't need to be on TJ Ford team or FRC. But you do need to go try to see if you can have a conversation with one of us about what it takes to make it, the do's and don'ts, right? I can speak for myself. I just did a Vlad TV interview, and I explained to Vlad. I said, the one thing I love about doing this is that I come with an approach with these kids from both sides. I come up the hard way. I come up tough, rough around the edges, in the streets. I can tell these kids what not to do to destroy your career. I can tell you what to do because I had to straighten up and do what I need to do for my career to take off. And that's even when I went to junior college, when I played at Fresno State, when I was in the NBA. To stay in the NBA, I had to be all the way across the board. I had to be solid on the floor, off the floor, be professional, right? So I could tell them from both sides of this thing what to do, what not to do. So that for me, that's where the concern for me is. It's never if the kids want to come play for me or whatever. It's never that. I'm gonna find kids. It's that the parents, you don't even want to let your son sit down and have a conversation. It's times in tournaments I'll sit with Jim having this tournament, and Jim's got a scout, and after my game I might sit in the gym. Am I right, Jim? I might sit for another 2 hours, and the kids and the parents walk by. That's the time you might want to sit your kid there. Man, this is your time to have this conversation.
Hey, Skip, are you negative like Hatter? Because Hatter's like a negative Nelly. When you tell a kid he's just a dream killer, and you could tell, do you think my son could play in the NBA? Are you soft, Skip, or are you truthful, Skip? Like, listen, go play baseball. Hey, man, work on your SATs. When you know a kid can't make it, or you just brutally honest, again, you don't have to hurt anybody's feelings, but you know guys that can play in that league and guys can't. And you know at a very young age, when you see if a guy is on the trajectory to be an NBA player. How do you handle that kind of stuff? Because we know how to do. Hatter's just a hatchet.
I'm not gonna. I don't tear him down. I don't beat him to the ground. You know, I am truthful with him, honest with him. The thing for me with it is that I always stress get a scholarship out of this game. So my thing is I don't even talk NBA with these parents and kids. I talk college, and that's my thing with these youth is that I make sure every day for practice I go to or whatever time I go that whether it's my kids or the other team kids, because I want to see them all make it. I always stress, use this game to get you a scholarship. Because one thing I tell people, and I don't underestimate your parents, these kids' parents' finances, but I'm sure they don't want to give $300,000 a year to no university for them to go. So my thing with these kids, Chris, is I'm always stressing about college because I already know at all these tournaments going, it's probably 2 of y'all that can make it that's going to go. Because that's how slim it is. It's the chances of all of you kids making it slim to none. So if I continuously beat into these kids' head that, but what you can do is get a scholarship out of this game, you can get you a free education. And that was I was fortunate to do because I mean, you know, coming from poverty, coming from where I come from, my mother may have it. So I was fortunate to get a scholarship. So I do my diligence to not even discuss the NBA with them as much as I can because I know how far-fetched that is for each of these kids.
But Skip, if it's so hard, why are these parents and people so damn crazy? You know how hard
because
it is.
The internet has made this thing look easy. Because it's everywhere, right? It's everywhere. The kids and everybody's promoting themselves on the internet. It's on all the social media sites, the NBA, this player, that player. It makes it look like it's so easy. So now the parents think it's so easy. And they don't understand. They don't understand how there's so many 20-point per game scorers in college right now that don't even get drafted.
They don't want to hear the truth.
It's amazing. And that's another like it's the parents, man, they got to grab a hold of themselves, man. You got if they could get back to the essence of being honest with themselves, then they can find a way to be honest with their child. That's the purpose. They're not being honest with themselves, so it's very hard for them to be a child.
Say that
again, Skip.
The parents got to get back to the essence of being honest with themselves. Therefore, it's easy for them to be honest to their child. But if you're not honest with yourself, it's very hard for you to tell your child the truth of what. It's hard for them to tell them what lies ahead. So they don't know what lies ahead. Right now, this is the fun time. All right, Chris don't work at the university, all these places. Wait till they get to the business side of it. And now they don't understand college is a business now. See, when we all went to school, you sign a scholarship. I'm there for 4 years, whether I'm doing my thing or not. I'm locked in for 4 years. So now it's 1 year, it's year to year. So if you go to this university and you don't pan out, and I'm the coach, hey, listen, you can find school for your kid next year because I got 2 more kids coming in. I need this scholarship. But now it's year to year. So they done took college is now like the pro side of it. It's like you almost signed a 1 year contract.
Skip, at the same time, in defense of the kids, the NCAA just recently made it possible last year to whereas they can leave after 1 year whenever they want to as well now. So
it's good. That's why the transfer portal.
But one time,
that's why the transfer portal has so many kids in there.
But one time, Jimmy, they can't leave
one time without sitting out.
Yeah,
right, without sitting out, right, which is good, which is great.
And so, what do you think is the greater? Or when I say the greater, I mean the greater of the worst, of the evils, so to speak. The person in grassroots who's doing the lying, or the person who's doing the believing?
I definitely get it. I definitely get where you're going with the question. I would go with the lying.
Why is that?
Because there's a lot of parents who are really, they don't even know.
Yeah, they don't know
what all entails, what goes into this thing. So if you're a grassroots guy and you just feeding the person a lie, they're gonna believe it right away because they don't understand or know what all goes into it. So I'm gonna go with the grassroots person that's doing the lying.
So Ray, let me ask you a question. So it says, I want to play for the Houston Hoops. I want to play for the Houston Defenders. But I'm sitting in front of you, Ray, for right now. What you tell them? Everybody telling me I got to go do this and that. But you know what? You play the pros. I believe they're telling me I can't get it done playing for you. That's what they're telling me. What do you tell them? We lose him?
Skip, you still there? Skip.
We must have lost. He be in and out.
Skip, you froze up on me, man. Chris, you've been asking that crazy ass question. That's why he blacked out.
That's not a crazy question.
No, I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you. Oh shit, I'm adding people instead of subtracting. Let me. Oh, he coming back. Hold on. I got chaos over here.
I mean, and Chris, while we waiting on Skip to come, you ask a question.
No, he's there.
Chris, when Skip just mentioned, and we're gonna I want you to toss your question to him. When he just mentioned about after a kid play 1 year now and you don't pan out and the coach, let him know, hey, look, we're going in a different direction. You being a career college coach, just give us one example how that conversation goes. Because you've been in the office with your bosses and you basically told a kid, young man, possibly, or your boss that, look, you cut. You ain't going a different direction.
Jimmy, hold on, Jimmy, hold on. Jimmy, before you ask him that question, he better not sit up here and tell no lie, because I've been on the phone with you when you told me you was finna go in here and try to get rid of this guy. Don't you on this show.
This is a teachable moment. I mean, seriously. So who do you tell first? Do you tell a kid? Do you tell a parent first? How does that go?
Let me tell you something, man.
From a college coach?
9 times out of 10, the kid already know you're gonna get rid of him. There's no surprises. They know, and either they're doing too much or they're not. They're doing too much off the court or they're not doing enough on the court, right? And so my thing, or they got parents that are out of control. They got a summer coach. They got an uncle or the pastor or somebody that's doing too much. And you just got to figure out how we're going to get there. We just got to figure out how we're going to get the papers drawn up. But I will say this, the number one way you get rid of every single kid, and I'm not saying I've ever done this, but when the coaches sit around it, hey, man, looking at that depth chart. See, people don't understand depth charts. Rafer understand it. They looking at the GM sitting in the room, and they say, who we going to do this? Going to get rid of? And that dude at Central Pace spending all his check, and he don't realize he might not have a job when he come back off that private jet that he probably shouldn't have rode on. You know what I'm saying, Rafer?
Right.
So what I'm saying,
right. No, you're right.
In college basketball, that coach saying, okay, I got 2 years left of my contract making 1.5 million per. I love my lifestyle. My wife loves my lifestyle. My kids love private school. How are we going to continue this? Because I like this lifestyle. That dude right there doesn't factor into that happening. So you know what we need to do? We need to get rid of that dude and get a better dude because I want to get a contract extension. It's all business.
I respect that, though. I respect that.
Personal. It's not personal. So what he'll say is, hey, man, hey, Jimmy, here's the deal. Man, great kid, love you. There is no future here, man. You will never play. You can continue to go to school. You can
just like that.
I promise your
just
mother.
Like that.
I promise your mother that I will help you get your degree. You can stay here and go to school, but you will never check into a game. So you know invariably what the kid gonna say because most of them today hate school. So what are they gonna say? They're gonna say, man, I'm out of here. They're not even thinking about, man, you at Stanford. What you gonna leave for? Yo, man, you at Vanderbilt. You gonna leave Vanderbilt? Call his bluff every once in a while. Well, I'm not leaving. You can do whatever you want. I'm gonna stay right here because they did that kind of stuff at Cal Berkeley. Well, you should have never gave me a scholarship. I'm staying. Well, hold on. We got the job in March, and there was nobody around, so we needed some bodies. Man, you better off having nobody than have bodies because them same people like, well, I'm not leaving. I'm staying right here. Then when you try to get rid of them, you're the worst person in the world, even though they can't play. So that's what they'll say. You will never, ever play. And the kids, because they hate school, and the parents, like Rafer said, they all think they're going to make it. Guess what they say? We're going to show you. We're going to leave. We're going to take the Underground Railroad to the NBA. I'm like, oh, okay. Let's see how that works out.
Hey, Rafer, tell me, because I love this, man. I love this. Tell me about your program. What you got going on? Tell me what you're doing this. We've been listening here, and it seemed like it's been a wheel going this way, going 70 miles an hour, right?
Right.
What are you doing to slow that wheel down so we can get it going back the right way? Coach, we got to slow the wheel down before we get it to going back. This wheel is going out of control. Everybody talking about summer basketball. It's going out. Tell me what you're doing, because I know you're doing some stuff in the community with your kids. Tell me what y'all got going on, man. What y'all got coming up that a person, a mom and dad will have a chance to be around a guy like you.
Well, coming up, I know this Saturday I got tryouts for the 7th, 8th, and 9th graders at MI3 from 11 to 2. Each grade has an hour. It don't take me long to see talent or see what I'm working with, so I don't need to have this long, drawn-out thing. What helped me with that was when I was doing my scouting for the Timberwolves, I was able to see what all goes into picking and choosing players. So I just shortened it from an hour each age group. 7th graders from 11 to 12, 8th from 12 to 1, and 9th from 1 to 2. And that's what I'm trying to do, man. Just trying to get some good kids in there. Good parents. And, try to work with them and trying to teach them the game. That's it. That's my joy. Trying to teach them the game. Trying to teach the kids how to play the right way all the time. And that's my
7th, 8th, and 9th grades. These not the guys. They're not in high school. They're not really.
That's the 9th grade. The 9th grade's in high school.
Okay.
But 7th, 8th grade.
Are not playing on a varsity basketball team.
Right. None of these
They haven't played their season yet.
Okay.
No. They haven't.
All right.
Like my 7th, 8th graders, once I assemble them right away the following week, I'll probably put them in, gym nose or just get them going so I can really get a look at them, get them some fall ball rec, have some practices with them. So just some things like that, training them with them.
Is it boys and girls or just boys? Is it boys and girls?
Just the boy. I think just the boy. I think next year I'm gonna roll into girls.
Okay.
Next year I'm really I started to get interested in coaching female basketball. So I think next year I'm just rolling into the girls. Then my other thing is trying to continue. For these people to get with me is go to a lot of cities and states, talking to youth basketball kids and parents, about keeping the youth game fun, even referees. That's something that a lot of my guys in New York City trying to get together where we can just go around, because the youth game has gotten out of control from a parent watching the game standpoint. It's too many fights, too many things going on. We got to get this thing back safe. Referees, we want to get the referees to understand you still gonna get your pay, but we got to have referees that care about giving these kids the right officiated game, because we all that are in youth sports, we're all a part of these kids and these young men and women's development in the game. Right? So if the referees are out there going through the motions just because they're getting the pay, and so you're stunting these kids' growth and development of understanding the rules of the game. You know what I mean? If a kid is grabbing a jersey, fouling, and you letting him do it, then he's gonna go to the next league and think he could do it. And they calling fouls on him. Well, he's in his mind. Well, the last referee tournament let me do it. If you let it do these different steps and traveling, so forth and so on. So there's a lot of things like that. We need to have the conversation. The fans, parents getting into fights with each other in the crowd and running on the court because your kid got a hard foul. Understand a hard foul is part of the game. It's 9 times out of 10, the other kid he's not trying to hurt your kid. He just made a play on the ball. So there's no need for you, mom, to run out on the court. You hit my baby. Mm-hmm. I think dialogue is not enough conversation, because what was intriguing when I was scouting was that when I was in the scout meetings with the college coaches, the number one thing that college coaches and everyone was coming up with, and Chris knows better, is they don't want to recruit the kids no more if the parents are wacky and running on the court and doing that. And a lot of these parents don't understand, you're going to stop your kid from getting a scholarship, because it's only about maybe six kids each year that could probably not go to college, go to the G League, and then go in the draft, or go one and done. The other 98% of you're going to be in college for 2, 3, 4 years. So, and their biggest thing now is they don't care how good this kid is. We don't want them if the parents are crazy, running on that court, yelling at the referees, are out of control. Because what they saying is they don't want that parent coming to their university games. So, I think dialogue, there's not enough talk with the parents and not enough dialogue about all this stuff.
And now, Skip, I want to add on to that one. Now we got new dynamics that came into place. You just mentioned one of them, going to the G League Ignite. It's a new dynamic, because then we got the overtime thing. It's a new dynamic. Taking kids at 16 and 15 and 16, whatever. And now they're in this is a, they in the embryo, well, they out of the embryonic stage. They birthed this baby. How does that going to affect the way people are thinking? You got 7th, 8th, and 9th graders. In a few years, maybe they parent thinking like that. How do you navigate that?
This is different for me. It's gonna be tough, but again, that's only for a select few.
Okay.
That's what we always gotta keep an eye on it.
Okay.
How many kid players can go to the Ignite?
Okay.
How many players really gonna go, right? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Right now, we already see the ones that are coming with the Mikey Williams. You see these guys now. You already know it's a handful of them that can do this.
Yeah.
The other 98% of them, that ain't even your way. So they gotta go they gotta still go the other way.
Gotcha.
Right? So the focus is gonna be on that 98% that's not gonna be able to go to the Ignite or go to those things, to do those things.
Right.
But Skip, let me ask you a question. If they go to the Ignite, it's a little bit different to me.
Yeah.
Because if they go to the Ignite, that's Rod Strickland them saying, hey, this dude got a chance. Okay, the NBA saying this dude got it. Whether Todd win the first round, they get drafted, they got a chance. But when they go to overtime, okay, and they saying college is not in the plans anymore. Matt Verdin, that's our boy in the boom room. He's a loyal Chop Shop listener. I love to get your take on it, because even they could talk street ball and other stuff. You still took your butt to college.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
right.
Like, what are your thoughts on that?
If you go to the Ignite, 9 times out of 10, those scouts in the NBA and all the NBA personnel, they more than likely have you penciled in to being in that draft in that first round coming in after that season with the Ignite. Like you saying, that's 9 times out of 10 what's gonna happen. So when Jalen Green, all them guys went to that Ignite and all that, they already knew it. And as we saw, they were already penciled in, locked in. That other situation, tricky. Because if this thing don't pan out, you have forfeited your amateur career already. And now you have to stick in. Now you have to. So my thing with the parents in that situation is you got to have plan A, B, and C.
Okay.
If plan A don't pan out, what's plan B? You got to have those in line, because, again, it's not going to work out for every player that goes to the overtime thing. It's just not going to happen. So what's plan B? What's plan C? So I don't, like I said, this is new ground, new territory for me. I'm like you guys on this one. It's a wait to be. I'm waiting to see how this thing works out. And I just hope lives aren't ruined, careers aren't ruined by doing this.
I got a question, and maybe you can help me with this one, Chris. This might be a good one. Let's say I go to, I'm at overtime. Robert Hatter's at overtime right now, right? He plays, for overtime stuff. Whatever happened, they pay me. They say they're gonna give me a stipend of $100,000 to go to college. So I go through that, right? So once I play and get money as a professional, as I've foregone my amateur status, is it possible? Could I enroll in school, pay my own way, and not under those guys' lines? Could I play on the team? Could I play on the team and I'm paying my own? I'm a walk on.
But you know what? Before Chris answered Hatter, I don't think now. I think the rule has changed because now the kids can make money. I don't think there's no more forfeiting your amateurism anymore.
That's what I'm talking about.
I don't think that's happening anymore. Say that again, Chris.
Now, you can't take money because of your playing ability.
Right. You can only do it for.
You're not allowed to get paid as a player.
As a player, right.
Paid to play basketball.
Okay.
So you cannot take money. When you forfeit your amateurism, it's a wrap. And here's my thing: it shouldn't even be a question because a parent that makes that decision. Now, again, I mean, I'm
just thinking about
capitalism. I'm for capitalism. I'm for people that have talent getting ahead all the time. They pay every single person in this country that has talent, right? So I'm for that. Even college players, they should be revenue sharing with these universities. Damn that NIL crap. They should be revenue sharing. Right. So I'm for that. Now, I'm also for education. And here's what I do know, and I could be wrong, and people can say whatever they want. Tell me the dude that starts working, get used to making money, drop out of high school, and then somebody come to him and say, man, you got to go to college. Well, hold on, man. I've been making all my money, so now I got to go study every day? Right. Tell me how many of those people are going to all of a sudden, after getting that little money they're going to give them, all of a sudden say, well, now I got to go to college. Dude, they went to overtime so they didn't have to do what? Go to college.
Go to college. Right.
That's why they went to overtime. So
they went to overtime because they didn't want to go to high school no more.
That's insane to me. Hatter said something I couldn't believe. I'm not going to say who the player is or whatever. He said a kid told a coach, the kid doesn't like getting back on defense. He don't like running back on defense, right? He said, I can't stand my high school coach. I said, well, what you think they're going to tell you at overtime? What do you think Ollie and Dad will tell you? You don't have to run back on defense? Like you said, Rafa, they want to skip a step. You can't. You're trying to get to the best league in the world. Rafa is he's kind enough not to tell us all the crap that he probably went through to get to where he had to get to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And guess what? It's harder than that.
Yeah.
Right.
They don't get it. And we can't tell you in a 2-hour show how hard it is, but when you start talking about T-Mac, and I wanted to get into the other piece about it's you, T-Mac, TJ, the guy that coached the hoops, what's his name that played for Michigan? Big fella.
Moochie.
Moochie.
Oh, you talking about
you got
Taylor.
You got Mo Taylor. Taylor.
This got to be the only.
You got Ricky Davis.
Yeah, this got to be the city with the most former pros working in the AAU, right, Jimmy? I mean, it's got to be.
You know what? I never thought about that. I never thought about that. It probably Houston. I'm probably really going on the ledge and challenge any other city that has more former NBA players that is involved on the front lines of grassroots with a program, right now, and we're missing one or two easily, because if you go all the way down to the bottom, I mean, we're just talking about middle school on up now, and from middle school on up, because you go downward, and you got Kendrick Perkins down there with his boy, they're coming through the chute and stuff like that. But yeah, keep going. Keep going.
No, my point was, it's cool to see all you guys giving back, and that's why I'm saying, like, it's a shame that what's funny. I coached in college basketball a long time. When I came back to do summer basketball, Jimmy had to teach me a lesson. I said, well, man, I've been coaching college, man. They should love to come and play for me. He said, it don't work like that, homeboy.
Right.
It don't work like that, homeboy. It don't work like that. There's other things you got to do for them to listen to you. You see what I'm saying? My uncle taught me a long time ago, when you build a church, you got to build a gym. So you want to get them in there? Build a gym. That's how it works. They just ain't coming to church. Yeah, I know you're a good coach, and you might be
tough, man.
but they ain't just coming. And so
It's tough. It's not easy, man. Like I said, what's made it harder for us is like I said, and unfortunately, I hate to keep harping on them, but the parents, they haven't made it easier. They make it harder with these kids, man. I had a kid not too long ago. It was a month ago. I'm coaching. He's on my team. We're in Dallas. The kid wants to sub out. I said, all right, I'll get you a sub. Type. Then he run. He wants to stay on the court. Make a short story short, the kid finally comes off the court and he just keeps mouthing off to me. I'm telling him, calm down, man, relax. But he keep mouthing off. And I said, look, man, you keep mouthing, you're not going to go back in the game. Right? You got to understand, you got to respect, basically so many words, respect authority. I'm your coach. But the kid takes his shirt off and just throws it at my foot. Here's the crazy part. I'm not even mad at him for that. I'm disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I was mad at?
Mm-hmm.
His mom comes around and says, well, what happened? Mother, first off, forget what happened.
Right.
Dude, once you saw him take his shirt and throw it, you should have popped him, did something to him
easily.
Because now, what I want to do, because I don't want to kick the kid, because you know why? He's a young man. He's growing up. Obviously, there's issues there.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
Me coming from these backgrounds and these environments, I want to try to talk with him let's correct that. Forget the sports. Right. Let's correct him with what's going on. Let's try that. Right. But the mom didn't want to do that. She wanted to go around trying to bash me. And I'm sitting there saying, I would never bash your son. If you notice, I'm not even saying the kid's name.
I know.
Because I am. I'm not bashing the kid. Mm-hmm. But I see there's something else he needs work with. And that's what I want to work with him on.
Right.
You know? So that's what I'm saying about this parenting thing in the sports. Is like, there's a bigger picture too. There's guys like Chris and myself that we know what y'all striving for. I can see it in these kids' eyes, what you trying to strive for. You trying to go as far as I went in this game. But there's some things you got to work on. And I'm living proof. Yo, man, I've made tons of mistakes.
Right.
I tell these kids, there's nothing you guys are going to do that I haven't done. I done put my life on the line, my freedom, all while I'm trying to play ball, make it in basketball. And I finally realized I can't do all these things and play ball. So I can help these kids with this stuff. And yet the mother comes over there talking about, well, what happened? No, mom, you part of the problem. And instead of you being part of the solution, you being part of the problem. And I already saw what the problem is. You're babying him. When he needs to grow up to know how to be a young man. And that's what I want to help him with. You're going to play sports. Basketball has a way of taking care of itself. But you got to learn how to grow up to be a man. In this particular situation, the mother wasn't helping me help him become a young man.
Let me tell you something, Rick.
Hold up, Chris. I just saw something important.
Let me give you credit, Adam. 1 second. Let me give you credit,
Okay.
Adam gave me a statement one time. And this doesn't apply to everybody. And this is one of the joys I have of coaching, but also coaching summer basketball. He says in our community, these kids are over-mothered and under-fathered. They over-mothered and under-fathered.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And that's what's going on right now. Go on, Howard.
I just saw something. Kevin Lewis, you had a great comment. You said every AAU coach need to hear this. No, every parent need to hear this. Because what Skip is saying, AAU coaches know this happening to them. Every parent need to understand all of this. I don't know where they get this jacking these jerseys off and throwing them at people. I've seen a lot of that. I've seen a kid tell a coach, man, you messing my game up. That ain't my game. The coach tell this kid in a summer basketball, let's slow down. This team is a little different. Let's manage the possession. Man, that ain't my game. And the parent sit over there and watch this mess and challenge the coach. Then come over there and the parent come tell the coach, hey, man, I want my money back, man. The parent, I want my money back, man. Because the man trying to coach your son. Then your son goes to another event where he just going to a camp and does the same exact thing.
The same exact thing. The same thing.
Man, we got the
I had kids on my
thank you,
team.
man. I'm sorry.
I had kids on my team. I had kids, and I'm a point guard. And I could, at these guys' age, and I don't toot my own horn. At 12 of them, I can handle it. I can handle that ball like never before.
Right.
And I still wouldn't dribble through no press.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Stop. Say that one more time.
I can handle the ball like no other, and I still didn't dribble through no press.
So that's telling me you shouldn't dribble through the press.
And I had these kids on my team. They turn the ball over, and the dads get them off the team because they saying I should leave them in the game to let them go through their mistakes. I said we got kids on our team that we trying to win. Maybe we put the other kids in that know the press break and know to pass the ball to the middle, get it to the weak side, get up the floor, right? So they take the kids off my team, start their own team, and they struggle doing the same thing. The only difference is they get to stay on the floor and turn the ball over, turn it over. That's the only difference. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Wow. Skip, I'm sitting up. I'm telling you, a coach was calling me one day, and he was just telling me about this. He said the parent enabled this kid. Man, you ain't letting me play my game. Talking crazy to the coach. And the parents are in the stands. Little Robert, he ain't gonna try to do that, but he know the next thing come out of his mouth, it was gonna be me hitting him in it.
Yeah. It's funny because that's the same thing I said to the parent when the kid threw the turn. If that was my son, I'm going over this. Listen, forgive me for saying this. I'm smacking the dog piss out my son.
Hey, y'all gonna have to call
us. I don't even care what transpired. You took your jersey. You said what to the coach?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, listen,
this
is the way. I'm old school. I'm sorry that I am old school, but I believe in old school rules.
And maybe we got to, because I'll never forget.
Respect authority.
When I used to go out of town, and his grandma used to keep him, and he was tell her, please don't tell my daddy, because my daddy gonna kill me. Man, let me tell you something. I wasn't gonna kill him, but he had to think I was. Because you can't be embarrassing me. You got my name.
These parents don't care about that, man. A lot of parents don't care about the fact they're embarrassing and they tearing that last name. Okay. They tearing that last name. And that's one thing that I have the utmost respect for. Look, and be honest with you, I grew up in a situation. My dad, wasn't in my life all the time because of his addictions out there in the streets and everything. But one thing I was taught to, respect that last name on the back of that jersey.
Hello.
I stopped getting jerseys with the kid's last name. It's no more of that. Because some of these kids, and even the parents, you don't even have to respect for the last name. So now I ordered a jersey, and no more last names on there.
Okay.
No. Okay. They have utter disrespect for that last name on the back of the jersey. And it means, even when I was in the NBA, I used to tell people that because there's a lot of things that happen sometimes in the NBA. And the first thing they talk about is, man, respect the name on the front jersey. No, y'all gonna respect the name on the back of this jersey as well. So, I'm glad you brought that up, man. That last name, man, you gotta respect it, and the kids too, man. And you show respect in so many ways. And one of the ways, if you kids is playing basketball, man, you might not like the coach how he's dangling your minutes or the fact that he's not letting you do 19 step back threes, but you gotta respect them. And you can't mouth off to him at all.
And of course, we lost Chris.
Yeah, he had to go. He sent me a text. Chris had to go to a
I
meeting.
think one of the viewers had a question for you, Skip. If you guys just tuned into the Chop Shop, we have Rafe Austin, Skip to Malou, dropping nuggets, and you understand he's a former NBA player, one of the most recognized street ball legends back in his days before the NBA in the world, primarily on the N1 tour, Rucker Park and whatnot. So when we talk about Rucker Park or street ball, why is it that today's basketball student athlete doesn't play a lot of street ball anymore? Why is that?
Well, to be honest with you, my perception take on is that technology has taken over. Gone are the days is you're passing me. Y'all going outside now. Y'all get on out this house. Like them days are gone. The kids now, because remember when we were in the house, we might be dribbling the ball in the house or playing football, diving over the couch. We doing something destroying the house. Now the kids, like even now, the kids could be in their room for 7 hours on their phone, the iPad, the video game, right? So gone are the days of them getting on their bike, riding to Hatter's house. Hey, yo, Hatter, let's go, man. They hooping at the park. Yo, let's go, man. We going over here to the park. Them days is gone. They got so many gadgets and devices that they think they're gonna wake up tomorrow and be LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, or Steph Curry. They don't understand the work that you got to put in to even make it to college basketball. Forget the pros. To make the college, they don't understand this work that was put into this game to get to these levels, and it's because of the technology. And the reason I use that because I remember when we were young and we got that one Sega game. We really tried to stay in the house all day and play that one Sega Genesis game. And now these kids got 4 and 5 different devices. PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 is out. The games are realistic now. When they're playing the game, like they really going to the stadium. You even watch them get off the bus, walk into the arena on the game. So they really are like living through the game.
And they can play with people all over the world.
Yeah, yeah. So tonight, if I want to play the game and Hatter's on, I can play against Hatter. Hatter's not even in the room. But when we was coming up, I either had to be at Hatter's house or he had to come out and we had to play the game. You want to play the game?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now they can play. They can play. So my kids on my team can play against the kids on Nene Elite tonight on the game. They can play against. Oh yeah, what's up?
Wow.
And have good conversation. So they're not going outside. So now what happens is, as dads or moms, we have to get them in the car, drive them to the Fundy for the workout. We got to put them in the car, drive them over there to Chimney Rock where John Lucas and everybody's working the kids out. We got to put them in the car, take them to the Jim Hicks tournament or the camp or something. We got to put them in the car, take them to Smarcus Sloan's OTR. We got to, see how I shout everybody out? See how, notice how I just slid everybody's names and I shouted them out?
Yeah. That's all good.
That's what we got to do. We got to take them as parents and dads and mothers. We got to take them to the park. So what I do now, I take my son to the park. He come home in a minute from school, drive his behind to the park. I work him out. And then I look down at hey, some kids is playing. Go on down there. I don't care if they're in high school. Go on down and ask who got next. Kids don't even know how to ask who got next now in the park.
Hold up.
They don't even know how to do that. Hey, yo, who got next?
Yeah, who got next? Sonya just said something. Hey, Sonya, you just hit me because that makes me laugh. She said, shucks, how the kids going to get off the game when their dad is on the game all day and all night too?
Yeah, some dads on the game. She's right. Some dads on the game.
They emulate whom they idolize. And that's what I say all the time.
Man. That's why, and it's crazy because I just was in New York a couple of weeks ago and the kids aren't in the park, man. A place where park ball probably was birthed and they're not even in the park.
Man, don't go to New York again without letting me know. Next time you go,
you gotta go, man. We gotta go, man. We gotta go.
Let
me
go.
Man.
You know, young fella, Robert lives there. My son lives there.
He in the city?
Yeah, he's on right there on Wall Street.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Ooh,
man,
he the thick of things.
Yeah. Yeah, he the thick. Hey, I can't wait. Next time you go, let me know. We go.
You know I'm gonna let you know. Me, or my brother Slim gonna let you know. You know.
Okay, say no more. Say no more.
Hey, Hatter. He goes sometimes without me.
Oh, what?
Yeah, Slim. Yeah, so
He listening,
hey, look,
Slim.
don't just put it on me. Slim will go without me sometime.
We got to go together. Cause one of my favorite trips ever. We was in Memphis at a fight. Me, Slim.
Yeah.
I got the picture.
Yeah.
Me, Slim, and Skip at this fight in Memphis. Who was fighting Slim?
Yeah.
I don't even.
We
Skip?
had that was when Pavlik and Taylor was at the middleweights was tapped, and then on the undercard was Zav Judah and Corey Spinks.
Man, it was like we was in Vegas.
Yeah, no, it was the biggest at that time. It was the biggest fights. It was the two biggest fights. They were both title fights. That was when the white boy Pavlik, he was the middleweight champion, and Taylor, the kid from Arkansas, he was the next best hot thing.
Meldrick Taylor.
No, not Meldrick Taylor. No, not Meldrick. The other Taylor. I can't think his name. From Arkansas. You know me.
He from Little Rock. Matter of fact, it's
Little Rock. Little Rock. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I was in Memphis then.
That's why I was in Memphis.
His mother married my first cousin, a young fella. Yeah. Small world. Now,
and then on the undercard was Corey Spinks and Zav Judah for the
I remember Zav Judah. I remember that.
Yeah. We had a ball, man. We sit front row.
Oh yeah, hey, Jimmy, we was front row now.
Wet and blood could hit us.
Yeah. What'd you say, Jimmy?
Yeah, hey man, Skip. It's out that time. I mean, we can go all day. We got to get you back, man, and talk.
Y'all know me, man. Always have me on.
Now, lastly,
one last thing, Jim, before you close us out, man. I'll let everybody know about the trials I got this Saturday, September 25th, 7th, 8th, and 9th, 11 to 2. But I also got a tournament. Trying to do a little Halloween Havoc. Our Elite presents Halloween Havoc at Lutheran North High School, October 29th to the 31st. So I don't know if Jim checks his DMs. I know he ain't like the youngsters, but I hit you there to, help me get some teams over to support, man. Support the tournament.
Now, if you send it on Twitter or Facebook, I'm
gonna send it to you when I get off here. As soon as I get up here, I'm gonna do
it. He don't pay no attention to that Instagram
or Snapchat. I'm telling you, because I know how addictive those two platforms can be, and it has been for people that I know. So I'm one of those guys that I tried to steer away from something that's new, hot, that can be addictive. Seriously, that's so I know. I'm like, shoot, I'm not gonna go and do that stuff. That stuff addictive, so. Yeah, just Twitter, Facebook, and I get it. Yeah, I send it to the info too.
As soon as I get off here, I'm gonna send it to you. Send you the flyer and everything.
Oh
That's
man,
awesome,
man. Hey, good combo, man. That's
awesome.
Great for Austin guys. Skip to Malu. Yes, this
you
is
was about
the
to ask
same
him
guy
something though, Jimmy.
Well, one of the players had a question for you. It was a Houston Rocket question, and that is back. He asked, when you played, of course, it was with Yao Ming, and how did you manage to win 22 straight games when Yao got hurt? What was said in the locker room to spark that streak? That was one question. Another question, hold on, I'll bundle them together. Another question was, that way you can go, was somebody also asked, and this right here is a different space. You played with Jalen Rose. Why was he considered a bad teammate?
I'll go to first person first. The 22-game winning streak was one of the greatest times in my NBA career, other than going to the finals. Yao played the first couple of games of the streak, and then he got hurt, and then we were able to just sustain it. What happened was we all just gave each other everything we had. We knew for us, and at the time of the streak, we were in the bottom of the Western Conference, and we were trying to get ourselves together to at least climb back in the ranks. But at no point in the streak could we celebrate, because if you lost one game, we fell right back down to the bottom of the thing. So after every win, we just high-five to the locker room. Like, even if it's a road game, hey man, let's hurry up, get out of here and get back to Houston so we can get some rest. We got another game in 2 days. So it was one of the weirdest times of our life, because as much as we wanted to celebrate, we couldn't. The fans could celebrate every day, because it was phenomenal and fantastic for them to see their hometown team win 10, 11, 12, 30. We just keep reeling them off. But for us, when we won 13 in a row, we only moved up to number 7. Then we got to like 17, 18, we moved to number 4 or 5. But if we lost one game, because those other teams was winning too. So they were winning. Some of them other teams winning 9 in a row, lose 1, win 8 in a row, lose 1. So it was ridiculous how crazy it was for us during that time. But the locker room, man, we were amazed at each other when we looked down at somebody's locker like, man, you had a hell of a game. Man, you doing your thing. We were just amazed at one another that our games came out. Not having Yao allowed all of us that were role players, it allowed our games to come out. The next question, Jalen, I get this every time too. Look, Jalen was, I consider him a bad teammate with me because he always insinuated that I was looking him off. I wasn't passing the ball. And sometimes he would run down the court as I'm bringing the ball up. Hey man, can you think I could touch the ball down while the game is going on as I'm bringing the ball up? So I was like, man, I've never been a part of nothing like this. Like, and when I looked at who it is every time, it blew my mind because I had the utmost respect for this man. Fab Five, coming from the inner city of Detroit, Michigan. We all know about how it was growing up in the 80s and 90s in Detroit. Mm-hmm. And I'm sitting there looking, man, this man made it through everything. And I'm like, this can't be the guy who I look up to and everything. And he understands that I'm not a shoot first point guard. Mm. You guys watch me play even. I'm a throwback point guard. I'm a pass first point guard. Mm-hmm. I'm a Mark Jackson, Stockton type of point guard. I'm not your Damian Lillard step. I'm not looking to get 30. That's just wasn't my game, right? I want to get 17, 18. I want to get 10, 11 assists. I want to make the crowd go ooh and ah. So I'm looking at him like, that's not even who I am. So it got to me. So the season kept going on like this. I let the coach know, like, yo, I can't play with this dude doing this. Then it came a time in one game we was in Charlotte. I said, I'm gonna show you what not getting the ball is like. Every time the coach called his number, I went the other way with the ball. I shot it. After the game, him, myself, Sam Mitchell, GM, they want to know that. I said, I just want him to tell me now, how does it feel not to get the ball? And he nodded his head right. He said, man, I said right. Now, keep in mind, when you look at that year I put up my best assist number in the league. So I'm looking at him. So that's why I consider him a terrible team, because it wasn't warranted. And when you run up and down the court saying, yo, I'm not getting the ball, you insinuating that the point guard is not throwing you the ball, which I averaged almost 7 assists, damn near 7 assists that year, which is my highest in the league at the time.
I never knew that. Thank y'all. Whoever asked that question, Skip, I never heard that.
I've done a few interviews. Like I said, I just did one with Vlad TV. I did one with Queens Flip over there in New York City. And their platform is huge. I mean, and it got to Jalen on ESPN. So Jalen heard me say it, and Jalen said, you know what? He's telling the truth. He's like, yo, I see no lie. He's not lying.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Yeah. He's my guy, but don't get it twisted. So, but off the court, that's my guy. Till this day, I love him.
Yeah, he cool,
like, if I see him, I'm going to hug him. Like, we don't have, off the floor, we have no bad blood. It was just on the floor. It's like, so that was the thing I was like, man, off the floor, did Jalen buy you dinner at Ruth Chris? Like, he's not taking you to Wendy's. Like, he's taking you to True Lux or something.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he gets the bill. I'm like, oh damn, Jay was cool, right? On the floor, it was like a different world. I'm like, yo, Jay. So that's what it was. That's all it was.
Just on the floor, yeah. He just
Who was the best Boo-Ray player that a teammate that you had?
The best Boo-Ray player I played with.
I'm the luckiest, coach. You can't be the best. Your ass just got to be.
Yeah, you can. You get some skill to that, Hatter.
What I learned about Boo-Ray, what made these guys good players, what I learned about these guys.
Help me.
Because I'm just what you saying is right. You gotta be a lucky dude.
Yeah.
Because especially in the NBA, because the stakes is some thousand Boo-Ray. The stakes is high.
Yeah.
What made some of these guys good Boo-Ray players is if they lost a $20,000 pot, they didn't chase it the next hand. So you got some players, they gonna chase it the very next hand. What made these guys, they look at them cards and like, man, you can have it. They fold. They're like, man, you can have it. So like Ray Allen, let me tell you, Ray Allen was a good Boo-Ray player, and Tyronn Lue.
Tyronn Lue.
Jim, I can't tell you the team.
One of the worst Boo-Ray players is Allen Iverson, because Allen Iverson, he gonna stay in every hand.
Yeah, he don't care. Hey, Skip, did you do this, Skip? I'm not going to tell you the team who did it. I got to ask Skip, did they do this? Skip, I was on a road trip with some team. I'll tell y'all when we got out there. Skip, they had the whole. Y'all got this particular team had the whole floor. Okay, this had the whole floor. So they was in a corner outside in the hallway. They wasn't in the room. I ain't never seen that many $100 bills on the floor in my entire life. In the hallway.
Yeah. Man, one time we had to get off the plane. We had to get off the plane. So we landed in the city. So when you get the plane, the charter buses is right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? You charter flight, and then you got to get on the charter bus to get to your hotel. Everybody's off the plane waiting on us to the bus. We still had to finish this hand. This hand was big.
They were shooting crap. They were shooting crap. And guess what? One of the dudes. Hey, one of the dudes who won, right?
It's the same thing. The Bouret table. It's the same thing. The Bouret table. When I was in Houston, we played in Houston. This one I had Bonzi Wells on my team. We used to. You had to go to the bank and get nothing but $100 bills.
Yes.
If you got a 50 or 20, you forfeit your stack of money.
Yes, sir. Jim.
Really?
So like when So as soon as you get on the plane and you sit in your seat, you gotta. If Jim Hicks got 20,000, hey yo Jim, spread your money. If there's a $20 bill, hey man, Jim got 20. You gotta put your 20,000 in the middle of that damn pile.
Jim,
put that money in there. Don't bring no 20s or 50s.
But what I love about this trip, one of the guys who make the less money, he won a lot, right? Get what he told me. He said, "Man, I'm going straight to buy me a car and ship it home. Buy me some." Oh, it was a lot of money. He said, "Cause they gonna try to get they got so much money, right? They're gonna come back and beat me the next day."
See, it's crazy how that's how I got Wilton when I was in Milwaukee.
Yeah, yeah.
That's how I got Wilton. That's how they wheeled me in. So when I was my first in Milwaukee, I had the good vets. I had Sam Cassell, all these dudes.
Yeah.
So Sam and them in the back playing dice. Cause Sam don't play Blu-ray, but Sam rolls some dice.
Yeah, he'll shoot dice. Yeah,
they was playing dice. Yeah, they was shooting dice, and in the other part of the plane, they was playing Blu-ray. Our plane was like a casino. I won the Blu-ray. I go back there and shoot dice with Sammy and them. I won back there. So my girlfriend, when the plane landed, my girlfriend at the time, we landed in Milwaukee. She waiting in the car because it's snowing. It's snowing like Milwaukee. Yeah. I got the plane with a bag full of hundreds. She said, "What the hell is that?" I said, "Look, baby, take this. We about to change the little things around here." I said, "Because I said you gonna help me get rid of this because they gonna want this money back on the next."
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Jimmy, the man went and bought a car and shipped it home. Said, "Cause they gonna win it back, Robert. They got so much money. I got the bet with them."
Yeah, so that's what me. I was on a plane with Glenn Robinson, Sam Cassell. These dudes got maxed out contract. It was nothing to them to lose 15, 20, 30,000 to you. That was nothing.
Crazy.
They were laughing on the plane like, because they know getting on the ride back, you're gonna play again.
You gonna play again?
You sure right. And I want to give you a shout out, Skip. 2 shout outs for you. Dexter Young says what's happening. He's on. Yeah. And so Dexter Young says what's happening to Dex, and also
my God, Dexter Young, Chicago. And
also Mate Cora says what's happening.
What up, Tay? Yeah, that's my guy, man. A lot of guys, man. But y'all know, man, anytime, man, we'll do this again. I love doing this, man. And to everybody that's watching, man, I make mistakes too. I don't want y'all to think I come off as one of those AAU coaches that I don't make. I make mistakes too.
Right.
But I do this for the love of the kids, man. I just want to, if I can help in any kind of way, that's why I'll get on here and drop a jewel or 2 or 3, man. That's what I love to do, man, because it's helpful, man. You know, parents, other AAU coaches, and kids, man. You know, we all here trying to help. That's all, man.
Hey, man, great combo, man.
Wow.
Great for Austin. Skip to Malou, man. Thanks so much for chopping it up with us on the Chop Shop on this Baby Friday, man. But you guys know what time it is. It's time to slide down Dino's back and yabba dabba do this thing on this Baby Friday, which is Thursday for us to Chop Shop. Remember, we went into Thursday. But we're going to ask you guys to do one thing. Such a great show. We're going to ask you to share the show on your way out the door. That's all we ask you to do. Give us a thumbs up if you're on YouTube. If you're on Facebook right now, take out the time to go over to our YouTube page and subscribe. We're trying to get and close in on the 1,000 subscriber, right? And we need your support by going over, right, to subscribe to our page. I'm going to put the link up for you guys right now, and this is it on Facebook. That's the link to you to go over to subscribe to our Facebook page. And if you would be so kind to do so, make sure you spread the word about the Chop Shop. We'll be right back at it on Monday. Go, hey, we got
Jimmy,
NFL
can I
games.
add, Jimmy? Can I add something?
Uh-huh.
A lot of these people are already subscribed. So y'all got to go get somebody else to subscribe. Y'all got to tell a friend, tell another friend. Jimmy, I went through when I went to YouTube, I even shared it with my with Twitter. And then a few people, I just text them and said, "Hey man, go subscribe to this thing." I forgot I got so many people in my Rolodex. Jimmy, I'm gonna start just going through my Rolodex, just text people and say, "Hey man, subscribe to this." Because it's no way as with our reach, we should be able to go and get this thing so we can have this Monday Night Football. Jimmy, we shouldn't let that be the excuse. Not to have Monday Night Football. We got to have this Monday Night Football.
Well, make sure you follow us on social media, and if we'll let you guys know during the weekend. That way you don't come on Monday and some of you guys already made your plans. So we could very well do something on Monday night. Yeah. We'll check the weather, see how this weather is going, and we can just follow us on social media at Chop Shop HTX, or look at our social media handles right below both of our names. You see this right here, right there below both of our faces. You have our social media handles, and we can make an announcement if we're going to do something on Monday night, that which is, of course, the Philadelphia Eagles at the Dallas Cowboys.
Ooh, that's a good
coming
one.
This Monday. We may very well do so. Like I said, just stay tuned with us. If we can get. If we get
no,
over
we got to get to the 1,000, Jimmy. We got to go, yeah. Jimmy. I think we can go, Jimmy. But if we get close,
at least get me past 900. Get me past 900, and we get 1,000 people that's at the place. But you got to. I ain't spending my bread if you don't get us past 900. Now that ain't happening. So y'all figure this out. It's up to y'all.
He said y'all figure it out.
Yeah, y'all figure this out.
Use y'all social media platform to make it happen. What the man said with the heated pan. Jimmy, they remember that
hey, guess what? And you know what? The Phil and Derek's was one of the first happy hour Monday Night Football gigs that we had. That thing was awesome. That helped that business boost such an unbelievable lengths, because it introduced a lot of people to that restaurant, and which is now that part where we did that is now a comedy club that's attached to Phil and Derek's. I don't know if they do the buffet as they did, and then I don't think they do it anymore.
It ain't. Yeah, it's different.
But it's still good people over there, man. It was good times with Phil and Derek's, and we did a couple other places as well. But let's stay tuned and follow us throughout the weekend, and we'll have more news for you. Meanwhile, Jeffrey Day, shout out to him, and the Super 16 extravaganza, the Fall High School Championships, is a week from tomorrow, next Friday, October the 1st. Believe it or not, we're at the end of the month already, and that's going to be taking place at C.E. King Senior High School. Friday's games will be at Noel Middle School. The schedule for the Super 16, remember, that's invite only. There's a lot of fall events that's going on. If I'm not mistaken, the the Super 16 is the only one that's an actual tournament. And why is that the only tournament? Well, hell, because if you're an event operator, it costs more money to give a tournament than it does just to give 3 games. A lot of people don't think of it like that. So this is a tournament, pool play and bracket play, and it's condensed into a 3-day weekend. So make sure you go over, and in a couple of weeks we have intel. We're going to release the tickets for the season opener. That's going to be November the 12th and the 13th at the Campbellson. That's the first day of the regular season. We got Duncanville coming down. They're the defending state champion for 6A. Dallas Fate Family. They made the state semifinals last year. We got Shadow Creek on that Friday. We're talking about Summer Creek, Katie Tompkins, Aldine Davis, Concordia Lutheran, and of course Kingwood round out Friday's field. On Saturday, we got a heavy hitters. We got Beaumont United, the undefeated defending state champion for the class of 5A is going to be there. Houston Christian, which came in first place in their version of state for SPC. They're in action. Not to mention the Atascocita, the Cy Ranches, and a whole lot more teams, including first timers such as Dawson and Booker T. Washington will be in the building. So shout out to those guys. We have the schedules. Those schedules are on the front of our website, rcssports.com. While you're there, make sure you go into the VIP news and get you a good hook of that as well. I mean, it's so much going on. And the thing about it, we thank you guys for keeping the Chop Shop afloat and keeping this thing a valuable part of so many people's lunch break, the middle of their day at work. And now, as a result, you have enough positive energy to flow on down through the rest of your workday. And that's always a good thing. A lot of people, we meet different people over the weekends in different venues, just walking around. I've met people walking in the mall that watch the Chop Shop. I mean, and certainly for real, and have no earthly idea. So some of you guys, when you meet me next time, I'm inviting you to please say your names. I had 2 or 3 guys the other day. It's like, man, Chop Shop. And I'm like, I don't know who you are. And so it's not like I'm clicking on your name
Avatar.
on the Facebook.
Yeah.
I'm not. So say your name to me, man. So that way it helps it out. But anyway, that's pretty much it, man. Shout out once again to Dexter Young out there. You got to get this thing closed. Shout out to all the college coaches who are watching, and that's a great thing. We got it. That's it, pretty much it. Haller, what you got?
No, I just looking at B. Scott talking about the rosters of, she going to look at everything you done posted. She talking about the rosters that got 5 or 6 kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
Most of the rosters are populated.
Yeah.
I was waiting till they all were. We got about maybe 7 or 8 teams that have not put their rosters yet.
Okay.
We're going to have 100% by the time Monday roll around. I can guarantee you that. And that's the thing another thing about doing an event. And like I said, I ain't that good at ranking kids, but I'm damn good at running at doing a youth basketball tournament or a basketball tournament at any level. You guys are grown folks know from my alumni tournament. I'm a pretty good event operator. So I take my pride in that. Like I said, let that be on my tombstone. Damn the rankings. Y'all can have that. I'm a pretty good magazine composer. I can put a good magazine together. You'll see next month. You guys will see that. And once again, if it was that easy, everybody would do it. If having rosters for a fall ball event was that easy, everybody would do it. And so I want you guys to let that sink in. But anyway, guys, that's pretty much it, man. Shout out to everybody. We up out of here. For Robert Haller, Chris Walker's gone. It's myself, Jim Hicks. It's time to get up out of here and get it in. Got to get in the bat cave, Haller. We got some stuff to do this evening. We got to go turn a corner, baby. Hey. Put a piece of thread on, baby. Put a piece of thread. This my warm-up suit right now.
All right, we'll see y'all later.
It's going down tonight, baby. Shop. We up out of here. Peace.
Jim Hicks, Rob Haller. You are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro. Let's get it. We in the Chop Shop, we live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk, we live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop, I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up, it's live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop, we live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk, we live in the Chop Shop.